All right. No more claps. Hello? God damn it. Hello and welcome to the Midwest Pokemon League. Sorry, no, actually, that's not the intro. That's not the intro. Run it back. Enough! Stop! Hello and welcome to the Wheel Pick, your first overall pick for Draft League content and the official podcast of the Midwest Pokemon League. I'm Pyson.
I'm Calvin, team manager of the Cool Building Team, or CBT.
You know he loves it. And I'm part of the Shanghai Sharpedos.
What's your name?
Guy.
Guy Fieri. So welcome to the summer 2024 season. It's a Swiss style format, 24 people, draft was hell, but here we are. We're going to try to keep this video as brief as possible. All of our opinions are our own. And
mine are right, but mine are the right ones.
Yeah.
Especially my last one.
We try to be as unbiased as possible. Also, just needs to be noted, someone will be 24th, someone will be 23rd. That is how an order of a tier list has to be. Sorry, but don't take it personal. Anyways, Bobby Hahn, Denver Darkrais. What are we thinking, guys? Dragapult in the first round.
Yeah, Dragapult in the first round, and then he picked Ogerpon, and I think that Mon sucks ass.
I think the Mon's good, but I don't think that the rest of this team...
It's Okie Dokie that sucks ass.
Yeah, I mean, it's the rest of the team that's very good. I don't think Okie Dokie's good. I don't think that Appleton, Rhydon, Lapras are very good. I think we've seen this on Thomas's team before, and it didn't work out, and he didn't bring any of them, so, yeah.
I mean, the problem with just bringing Appleton when, you know, your main mon is Dragapult doesn't help a lot, because you also don't have actual ice resistance in Ogerpon or Corviknight. They're both neutral picks, so you're kind of... What is it? It's Lapras, which... No, you're not bringing Lapras as your soul.
Lapras and Blastoise, and I guess Arcanine Hisui, but Arcanine Hisui leads into the second problem with this team, which is the Earthquake weakness is so fucking big.
It's really bad.
Yeah, but again, I don't really count the ground weakness as that big of a deal when, like, because, again, my thing about how I'm looking at a lot of these teams in the Swiss format is that it is, a lot of these teams feel like 5 Mon cores with like a rotating utility for your 5th or 6th Mon. And his base core is Dragapult, Ogerpon, Corviknight, and then Arcanine Hisui, of which Dragapult and Ogerpon are neutral, and then Corviknight is... What?
3 are weak 2.
Ground? Ogerpon's not weak to ground.
Yeah, grass resists.
Oh.
Yeah. And then you have Corviknight, which is an immunity. Like, obviously EQ is still good against him, but if you're, like, counting... I count Arcanine Hisui as a suicide lead a lot of the time, so I don't really count that as a ground weakness that much. If you're bringing Focus Sash, whatever, who cares, right?
It is still a ground weakness, though. Like, you're now forced into the position of, I have to play Arcanine as a suicide lead because I put myself in this position.
Yeah, but it's not the same as, like, you know, another person that we're going to get to that is also at this table.
Yes.
So I don't really count that. I just feel like the team, it's reliant on Dragapult, Ogerpon, which is fine. His turn core is really solid, right? Like, those 3 Mons clicking U-turn can do, like, a lot of damage to someone. And then you also, with Ogerpon being a strong physical attacker, you can potentially split it with Dragapult being a special, right?
Oh, I was gonna say, the fact that his only real momentum gainer is those 3 U-turns, Rocky Helmet is going to be something that he really has to be aware of. Yes, he has the Heliolisk for a Volt Switch, but, like, that's... you're resorting to Heliolisk.
The Ogerpon has the Horn Leech, and, like, the Dragapult can just get chipped at a certain point and just get sucker punched out. It is very dangerous. So I feel like his team does have a lot of weaknesses.
Yeah.
My problem with his team is that there's really no special attacker on this team. Like,
outside of Pult.
Oh, but like it's not a great special attacker.
Yeah.
It is
Pult
the lowest BST for special attack on the board. Or no,
stat. Like, Dragapult is a Mon that is special because of move pool coverage reasons.
Yeah, I understand.
It's not a special attacker because it's like oh yeah, I want to be the special attacker. It has 100 spec A.
I understand. The point is still that it has to now force be into a special attacker.
Yes, right, which is the problem with it.
Yep. I agree.
But that's why the Blastoise is going to come out and just sweep a team with Shell Smash.
I have, okay, so for each team I've done an MVP for the team. I have Blastoise as the MVP for this team. I think it's going to get the most kills on this team. Just because it has to run the Shell Smash, and has to sweep, and has to be that Mon that comes in and press Shell Smash.
If I may be the Debbie Downer on Blastoise, I think that more often than not he's going to have to run Rapid Spin because otherwise he has to rely on
another reason it's
really
a great
hard.
MVP candidate.
I know, but if it's not Shell Smashing, then that Mon is lost a lot of value.
The Corv is bringing Defog, U-Turn, Roost, Iron Head every week.
I know, but the Corv is very easy to counter, right? Like, the issue that I have with the Corviknight, and I had it last season when Tyler had it, or whoever had it, is that it gets beat by a Thunderbolt Ice Beam. Like, Volt Beam coverage fucks that core. And if you can't properly prep around
Volt coverage... Volt Beam coverage not fucked.
But my Ochre tanks
not this one.
The Bolt.
True.
Anyway, so I have him at, what is that, 12? It looks like.
12th sounds right. I have him at 20th. I think that this team does not have enough power to support Dragapult.
Oh, wait, anyway. I did shit on his team a lot. I literally just do think Dragapult is that good.
For that reason, I have him at rank 5.
That is insane.
Yep.
Oh my god, that's so crazy.
No.
Yep. I think that just Dragapult and Arcanine are just really good. Yeah,
moving on. Nando. Woo, yeah. You want to talk about your team first?
Yeah, it's not good. I have myself at, what is that?
You're crazy!
I have myself at 14.
You're crazy! You're actually sandbagging.
We know.
You're actually sandbagging.
I think the losing Scizor to Quinn physically hurt my soul. I love that Mon. It's a part of me. And not being able to get it really made my team worse. And Meowscarada is not a good enough replacement.
I think Meowscarada is really one of the most sleeper Mons on the board. I think the fact that it fell this far is crazy.
You're actually sandbagging. It's crazy.
You have great hazards, great removal, great momentum. I think that as a player, this is exactly your playstyle, and it's going to be...
Let me be very clear right now. I'm not clicking Spikes of Meowscarada. I'm not that player. I never played Spikes Greninja. I'll never play Spikes Meowscarada.
Then you're not using it right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Then trade it to me.
Oh, God. Why did you want it? You were like...
I'll do it.
No.
Is it dick sucking again? Like part 2 Electric Boogaloo? You guys are gonna do the same fucking move where you give him the Iron Moth and then he gives you the fuck whatever? Is that what's gonna happen here?
Hey man, I made playoffs, he didn't. So what does that tell you about Iron Moth?
Yeah, I completely disagree with you. I think this is a really good team. As long as you're playing it proactively, which is like playing Spikes on Meowscarada.
Nope.
He doesn't have to even do that. I mean, can I just say, the Articuno Future Sight and the Orthworm Shed Tail gives him so much momentum. It's a real pain in the ass.
No.
Yeah. There's a lot of pivots on this team, like we just mentioned, even the ones that you don't think of as pivots.
We also, Morgrem is not on the sheet, but Morgrem is probably one of the best not fully evolved Mons on the board.
No.
Just, it's screens. It's 40 points for praise for screens.
Yeah. Okay, so I know why you're doing Orthworm, but tell the people why you're doing Orthworm.
It's a ground resist. It's a ground immunity. I'm not even fucking kidding.
That's all you fucking wanted? You wanted just the ground immunity for Mega Ampharos?
I don't think I'm ever really... Like, obviously I'm going to click Shed Tail with it, but, like, it's not the greatest Mon to click Shed Tail with.
Yeah, I agree.
He's going to click
It's
Shed
just
Tail,
the
though.
Shed Tail, like you just wanted the Steel type?
Yep. I wanted the Steel type. I wanted the ground immunity.
And then that was Orthworm, okay.
Yep.
And I didn't want to pay for Skarmory. If you have an 8x weakness to fighting and fairy, I think that you can very easily circumvent both of those.
I mean, 8-time weakness to fairy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I did get everything that I wanted. Obviously, like, I think if the team, if it wasn't Terapagos and it was Scizor instead, it would be what I wanted of, like, a pure, like, turn core, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I think the Terapagos is, like, it's the setup sweeper. It's what you put the Shed Tail into. That's what I thought you did the Shed Tail for.
No.
You also have the same issue that Bobby has with the Rocky Helmet between your two U-turners. I know you're not going to
I
bring
think it's less of a problem, though.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
The difference between me and Bobby is that Clock can click Roost if I am going to be bringing, like, the like, flip turning set. It could be just bulk up Roost and then Aqua Step or something to help cover it.
Yeah.
Articuno Galar gets recovery.
Yep.
Meowscarada sucks.
Whatever, man.
And then Ampharos is Volt Switch, so I don't think it matters that much. Like, yeah.
Play smart, you'll be fine. Where do you guys have this team? What do you say, Nando?
Yeah.
I have myself at 14.
High as shit.
I have him at 5th.
The Resident Glazer ranks this team at number 1.
Glazer.
This is number 1 for you? Okay.
Yeah.
Great
Wow.
glazing.
Yeah, that's a lot.
I think this team's really good. Just the amount of turning you have on it is really nice.
Okay.
As long as you're playing it proactively, which...
That is, yeah, he can do that.
Yeah.
Moving on. Devin, new pilot. What's the name of this team?
ClayDolly Partons.
ClayDolly Partons. Good name, good name.
Great name, honestly. I love that name.
Yeah, the Enamorous Treads Hydreigon. This is just Bobby's team last season, but with way better support all the way around.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be real here.
Did Bobby have treads last season?
Bobby had Hydreigon Jirachi for his steel type.
Got it.
That he
treads is
dropped
1
Jirachi.
billion times better than Jirachi for the Enamors.
For this team, absolutely. If I was ranking just off of this team alone, this would be my number 1 team. I think this is the strongest team. However, because it is Devin who is very new to playing in the Draft League format, I do kind of have him a little bit more down. He's still in my top 5, but yeah, great team, has removal, has hazards, has momentum. He has every single type that I would want covered from a team between immunities and a Fairy Steel Dragon Core and a Fire Water Grass Core, and no notable weaknesses at all. Yeah.
I have just like nitpicky problems about this team. I have it lower because honestly Devin's piloting it and he's new, so I just put him lower.
Yeah.
But why Crocodile on this team? It doesn't make sense to me immediately.
I think Scarf Krook is awesome on this team. I think Scarf Krook, with it also double blanking both Psychic and Electric type moves, is like, you have Iron Treads for it, but I think like legitimately having another mon that can just be like Scarf EQ, Scarf knockoff to hit a different speed tier from the Enamorous, because if you want to bring the Enamorous as not Scarf, having a Krook as a Scarf in the back is very good.
Okay, I can see that, sure.
I understand you have the Treads and the Hydreigon, so like it seems in theory like Krook doesn't get that much value, but I think ultimately, you know, Krook is just one of the better utility mons on the board. It can be that Scarf Moxie, it can be that Intimidate Rocker, it can do a lot, it can be a lot, it wears a lot of hats, and it's a Pursuit Trapper, of course, which I think is, you know, one of the best things you can have on your team.
Yeah, for the Charlottes, that's nice, I guess. Okay, maybe I'm buying that a little more, but it did seem like originally it was just overlapping with Treads and
for me, it's just Krook is a mon that hasn't seen play in a while, and I think people have forgotten the fact that Scarf Krook with Moxie is a genuine menace.
It's good.
Yeah.
The other problems I had with it was just it's frail, especially. I think Reverum just rocks for this team. Like, I actually think it's solid as a fucking rock.
Yeah, Reverum is always like a funny mon because the ideas of Reverum are funny. After having actively tried to use it in practice, it is an RU for a reason.
Yeah.
It is just missing that little bit that it needs.
But you're bad too, so I mean, like, fair. User error.
Of course.
Yeah.
Did I say it was really frail specially yet?
Yes,
because it's really frail specially. Okay.
I just don't think that matters because he has the 2 best special attackers on the board, Loki and Enamorous.
Sure, you just take him away?
Yeah.
Alright, that's fair.
Also, I do think that Assault Vest Treads is like a fair thing to bring.
Assault Vest Treads, Assault Vest Slowbro, Loki. You could bring the specially defenses of Rule Edge with the bulk up.
I will say AV Hydreigon is actually really funny too. That is something that I do consider.
AV Enamorous wouldn't even be that bad.
No.
Enamorous I is not good enough. Enamorous T, you should bring AV every week. Like 100%.
I have it ranked 9.
Yeah, I have it at 4.
I have it at 4 as well. High 5.
And again, I put it lower because he's new. I was counting him, the pilot there.
Yep.
Next, we have a 5-color good stuff.
Yeah, this is so funny. I love this team.
But the problem with 5-color good stuff here is that he doesn't actually have the proper mana base for it.
Yeah, right.
He has all the good 5-color mons, but if you don't have the mana base that can actually allow you to play the 5-color good stuff, well, you're going to end up with a lot of these mons sitting in your hand, not able to do anything, never hitting the field.
I mean, like, the weird thing is like, it was just so available. Just pick up the NU setters. Like, just go get the Vulpix, go get the Alolan Vulpix, go get these things. Liepard, yeah.
Can set it up. Yeah, I don't know. I think that this team is just like, I am Baxcalibur Man, and then I'm going to deny. I'm not letting anyone else have fun with their weather. And
I actually think that Baxcalibur and Mega Swampert is kind of a good pairing. I actually do really like those two as a pair. If you were going to tell me that someone was going to draft 5-color good stuff and have no weather support on their team, I would have thought it would have been much worse than this. Like, considerably worse. This is actually not terrible.
I genuinely think if he swaps Dachshund for Bombardier, this team, like, actually goes up, like, 10 spots.
What does Bombardier have that you want on
Bombardier has all the weathers. Plus Parting Shot.
You guys are ranking this really highly, and I think that we're just forgetting, like...
Whoa.
Yeah, what about it?
You're like Bombardier, and this team
21.
10 spots.
Yeah, 21.
21.
I have it...
21.
I have it at 24th, dude. Like, I don't think that this team is fixable.
I legitimately think that these mons individually are solid enough.
Yes,
that
I think. Here's the thing, right? Here's the real problem, right? This team has nothing for an ice type, right? Baxcalibur, neutral. Excadrill, neutral. Swampert, dies to the freeze dry or the ice beam. Scovillain, neutral. Like, this team has nothing for ice types, so.
Well, none of them are weak to it other than
None of them are weak to it, but he can't switch. The problem with this team is that he can't switch in anything, ever. This team has no switch-ins to anything. It can't
Mega
do anything.
Swampert is the switch-in to things.
Mega Swampert's not good enough without Ray.
You have Sylveon. Where's Sylveon?
No, I actually think Mega Swampert, you just throw it in there. It's thick as fuck.
How does this team win games, genuinely?
Baxcalibur!
Baxcalibur cannot single-handedly win games.
It's gonna pivot around, and then Baxcalibur is gonna come out
with what?
and then
Mega Swampert flip turn?
Yeah!
We've lost the plot.
Yeah.
We've lost the plot.
Yeah.
This is a 24.
Dashbun actually gets both rain and sun.
Good for Dashbun. Good for Meloetta, man.
I honestly, this is a moral victory though. I think he beat us all actually. Like right after he picked Mega Swampert, I was like, oh, I lost the battle morally.
Yeah.
Like we're all just mean, and he's just trying to have fun.
He's here for a good time.
Okay, next team, 21.
Cal, you start us off because it's your team.
Oh, okay. I originally had myself lower, and then I kept going. My team's better than that team. My team's better than that team.
He's even self-glazing, dude. It's fucking crazy.
Ex-council, that's why.
Right. So I think there's a problem with the teams. Like I don't know what takes a knockoff on this team. I really don't. I think yes, that is the one thing.
Okay.
I filled all the roles on this team, and I just didn't necessarily look at the typings of the Pokemon that were filling the roles.
Do you have 2 NFEs?
Yes,
I do.
He has 3 NFEs. Holy shit.
I do.
What's
yes.
his third?
Piloswine, Golbat, plus Duraludon.
Yeah.
I don't count Duraludon as an NFE, man.
Does it hold Eviolite?
Yeah.
But
how often am I bringing all 3 of them, you know? Okay, so I think the problem with it, I think if there was going to be a problem with the draft was when I picked Galvantula. And what I should have done, that was like, if I had a fuck up, that was what it was. I should have just picked a MU web setter and then picked a good steel type and a good ground type, like a couple RUs to finish it off. But instead I ended up with fucking Piloswine and Golbat, which, yeah, I don't love the fact that my ground type is fucking Piloswine.
I will say, I think that this team would be way better with a Justified Mon, and I think Lucario is still on the board. I know that you have to find a way to do it, but I would probably drop Zarude. Unfortunately, I know that U-turn's funny, but you're already kind of decentivizing people to click U-turn when you have the Volcarona and the Glamora, so they already don't want to click it against you anyways, so at that point,
that is part of the problem when it comes to like buffing the Annihilate. But again, as I was telling
we're
Cal,
buffing it through the rocks this time. Like, we're through rock type moves.
Yeah.
I do think that Annihilate, personally in most cases, in League format should be played a lot more like a Lando T.
Here you go, Paisan.
Yeah.
The floor is yours.
No. I just completely disagree with this. I think this is a really bad take.
Bulk dies to Psychic.
Yeah, I know it dies to Psychic. Who cares, man? You can run berries, you can Rage Fist, you can... Like, the only way I agree with, you should run it like a Lando T, is that you can run Scarf. That's about it, though. That's where I think the comparison ends.
They're bulky pivots. That's another comparison.
But you shouldn't be pivoting with Annihilate.
You lead it as like a Scarf Lando T, you lead it turn 1 rocks, and then you switch out and then you start clicking.
If you're running rocks on Annihilate, you've lost the plot. I'm sorry.
I really don't think so.
I think you have. Especially on this team where you already have Mesprit, Glamora, Duraludon, Piloswine, if you really want to be that guy. Like, you have rocks. You don't need Annihilate as a rock setter. You've lost the plot.
Yeah, I think that Mesprit's actually my MVP for this team, because it allows the...
You've only mentioned 2 MVPs.
Well, fuck you. Because we've been trying to go quick.
Yeah.
Because it allows the Annihilate to do all those other things. It can give it screens. It can give it the Healing Wish. It actually, I think, is really good on this team. I have it... My 2 MVPs on my team is Duraludon and Mesprit.
It's 2 for his team and none for the
because you guys suck. No, I think the other thing this team is missing is like a wall breaker. Just something that like immediately comes in and just is like, yeah, I hit really hard. And I know Annihilate does that eventually, but like I had some good late game picks. I know, I'm kind of nice with it.
My biggest note on this is that because you went Annihilate Volcarona, all of a sudden Annihilate went from I am the first option to now it's Call Anthony Towns, I am the second option, but really I'm the first option. So that's the terrifying thing about this team.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I think double threat makes it a lot better.
Yeah.
Because a lot of teams are like, like Hoopa U is good and do damage, but it's not like a true game-winning threat like a Volcarona is. And having to like properly prep for both of them is extremely annoying to do, right? Because you have the QD Volcarona that you have to like bring physical moves for, and then you have bulk up Annihilate.
You have to bring special moves for.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, it's just annoying. And then Vaporeon, like this is the Annihilate team. Like you did good job. Good job. You did the Annihilate team.
Comes in, click Haze, and you're like, no!
Beat Haze. Anyways, I have Cal. I did second.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I think you're the second best team.
I had 8.
3-8. Okay. All right. Moving on. It's me.
Self-glaze.
I'm not gonna self-glaze too hard. I have the
You're
item.
gonna sandbag? You're gonna sandbag instead?
No.
We've all done the sandbag so far.
Hold on. I'm gonna sandbag, but I am the Iron Team, and I am Iron Man, and I got Pinkerton last, and that's cool. The one problem with this team is that ground fucks me up like every other Iron Team, and I have one waiver coming in that will hopefully fix that, but until then, I don't think that my team is anything to like call home about. But Bundle's the best mon on the board, and I'm gonna prove it.
You're gonna prove it?
I'm gonna prove it.
Okay.
Believe that.
Believe it! You
Yeah.
sound like fucking Naruto.
The team gets to be so fast while hitting so unbelievably hard, and then Iron Hands just gets to sit there and be like, I'm gonna switch into any move and click Drain Punch. And what are you gonna do about it? You can't do shit about it.
Yep.
Oh, you wanna bring in something that's gonna kill the bundle or the moth? Yeah, no, you ain't. Like, yes, it is just this first week before he gets a flying type or a ground immunity.
Why were you whining? You get to
mon.
face him now.
Do I have a ground type mon? That's what I was getting to, Kelvin. I don't have a fucking ground type mon. I don't have a single mon on my fucking team that can click EQ. I am slobbering on my own fucking knob over here.
It
I can't
gets
do
so much
shit.
worse. It gets so much worse. Not only that, he also doesn't have a mon that can click Earth Power.
Actually, no joke. In this week 1, the 1 week that someone could abuse him, I am the one person that can't abuse him.
You have a fine matchup into me. I think you're underselling yourself and overselling me because that's how you do things.
I genuinely think that this team is the best on the board, though. I think just basically having a completely uncontested weather team in the 24-man split is very strong.
Yeah.
I do have all of my other weather teams rated pretty highly, but this one is just better than the rest because it has 2 OUAs. Like, the fact that no one picked up Iron Moth and they were going for, like, whack shit.
I will say, I think
God!
that...
Why did Ben not pick it up? He could Pursuit Trap any Psychic type mon with King Gambit and then just sweep them. He went for Zoroark H.
Do you know why Ben didn't pick it up?
I want to dodge a fucking CC.
Do you know why Ben didn't pick it up? Because Ben looked at my notes and I said Iron Moth isn't a good mon. Because I don't think Iron Moth is a good mon with King Gambit.
You were just...
But I also didn't think it would make it back to me. Because between Quinn, Ethan, Tommy, fucking Steven, I know that you were forced into the draft.
Oh, yeah, we'll get there.
Between all 4 of them, all of them should have taken Iron Moth. Zach should have taken Iron Moth.
Tommy actually should have taken Iron Moth.
I think we were just... I meant to be like, on the day, yeah, okay, if something drops to you, we need to talk about...
like Garchomp Iron Moth is actually ridiculous.
Yeah, I know, and that was my bad because we talked. I talked with him about like, okay, if things drop to you, we need to abandon Primarina and go get whatever else is there. And I just didn't. I just forgot to talk to him. I just was like, oh.
Yeah, the sheer
amount of draft Meowscarada if it got to him.
No. He replaced that with Garchomp.
The sheer amount of people that were highly valuing OUB and BL. Is what allowed Iron
Oh
Moth
my
to fall
god,
to me.
Thomas! If Thomas had it with Rillaboom, holy shit!
I think Rillaboom's a shit mon.
Yeah.
We'll get to that.
We'll get to it.
We'll get to
Anyways,
that. Anyways,
I have myself at 14th. Cal, what do you have me?
I have you at 2. Your MVP is Iron Hands.
Iron Hands is always the MVP of these teams.
Yeah.
God,
I don't know what Diglett is for, and
you'll see.
You're missing
Believe that.
Ghost and Fly.
70% to Mega Ampharos. I'm in pain.
It's the first thing you looked up. How much is Diglett do? How much does Diglett do?
You guys are sleeping on Diglett, but like.
Well, why not just the fucking other Arena Trapper ground type that's over there?
Because why the fuck would I pay 140 when I can play 40?
No. I know that, but there's another one that's any.
Trap Pinch is
Trap
bad.
Pinch is bad.
You want to trap something and hit it with a 55 attack.
I want to either take half health on one mon or click Memento on one mon.
Okay,
that is exactly what you should do for me.
He's not going to be bringing it much. Anyway, next up.
I don't think I don't expect you to ever bring it.
That's what you
We
offer.
have King Gambit, one of the top mons on the board, going to the champ.
The champ.
He's the champ.
Bench looter. Can I just say, this is the King Gambit draft. I think that the amount of things that he has that's baiting for the pursuit, like between Mega Gardevoir for Ghost or Beetle for Ghost, Zora Kisui, little less so, but Monkey Dory as well, Primeape. Like, this is, I'm baiting the Ghost and Psychic types and I'm going to kill them with the pursuit. Like, that's great. I love this team.
I really like this team too. I think it had an amazing first half and had a kind of meh second half, to be honest.
I will say, I think his only hazard control is Flygon and Kleavor with Defog.
Yep.
That's kind of rough.
Kleavor is Defog?
Kleavor gets Defog,
Interesting.
From Scyther, yeah.
It's a Scyther evolution.
Yeah.
I think another problem with it is that it actually, surprisingly, can't actually deal with Steel types.
Huh. You know what?
It's actually, very weird. It can't actually deal with Steel types.
Yeah, can erupt.
I think Flygon.
You can...
Right, but
no.
I think genuinely you are overwhelming, because there's no team with 2 Steel types on the board, right?
Yeah.
So you're genuinely just overwhelming them with fucking Stab between Hyper Voice, Knockoff, and Hyper Voice again.
There's Hyper Voice.
You mean Fairy type Hyper Voice that...
Yeah, but it's boosted Fairy type Hyper Voice.
Yeah, it is weird. I think the team is solid. I just have the issue of I haven't seen Mega Gardevoir in so long that I can't remember how good it is.
It's very good, and he's gonna press webs and then just sweep with it one week, and we're all gonna go.
I know, but that's the other thing about his team though. His team is kind of reliant on webs getting up. To be honest, Gardevoir has that issue of just Mon with slightly more than 100 speed comes in as a physical attacker, and it's as it just fades into fucking oblivion.
That's
and
why
his team doesn't have enough actual recovery though. His only recovery is on Orbeetle, right?
Orbeetle doesn't have recovery.
It does. It gets recover.
What?
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
No, Orbeetle's a good Mon.
I know Orbeetle's a good Mon. I told him to go for it. I told both of these guys to go for it. And
he's
go
sniping
for it.
Yeah, but it turns into Flygon and Orbeetle trying to be the switch-ins for a majority of moves, because I do think there's going to be a decent amount of times where a Scarf Mon comes in and he just has to eat shit for a while, potentially. He has a lot of solid coverage in immunities and stuff, so that he doesn't have to really worry about getting wiped by one type of Mon.
Yeah.
But I think that his team can get chipped out enough, and he loses... His team does not have momentum.
Yeah, no, that I do think is a problem. Obviously, you can say that Kleavor and Zoroark and Orbeetle have U-turn.
Or Monkey Dory do.
Yeah. But he has U-turners, but they're not Mons that want to be clicking U-turn all the time. They mostly want to be clicking their stab moves.
Yeah, they're also not Mons that can switch in properly. The Mons that Orbeetle can switch in properly, right? And if you want to bring Roost Flygon of all things, sure. But I feel that's actually putting a lot of effort on the Flygon to try and keep this team alive.
I think that you aren't putting enough value on that Licky Licky pick. I think that is the
really
linchpin of the team.
When does he bring Licky Licky?
Every week.
No. You have the Zoroark Hisui to help counteract a lot of the things that the Licky Licky would do for you.
But if you're bringing Licky Licky is just a wish knockoff Mon. Why would you not bring that week to week?
Because he's still gonna lose momentum, and Licky Licky is just gonna die to a lot of things. It's setup fodder, and his team can't afford to get set up on because you're then just playing Please God Sucker Punch Kill.
And I think he's okay with that, dude.
Yeah,
I think he's genuinely okay with that.
I think he is okay with that, but I'm saying that those are the weaknesses that I have with this team.
Where do we have this placed?
Wait, hold on.
Okay.
I actually think that the set that Ben should be running on this Mega Gardevoir is Magic Room.
Magic Room disable items?
Yeah. Just to get rid of the boots. If he's putting up webs, he gets rid of the boots. He's getting rid of the scarfs. Mm-hmm. And he's just gonna fucking press the same button 5 times in a row after he does it.
That's a 4-turn move.
5.
Yeah, but including the turn that for BGC.
Yeah.
I could see it. I think that that's gonna be a very situational thing.
Oh, no, for sure it is. Yeah. For sure. I'm not saying every week Ben is going to come out and press Magic Room.
Yeah, I mean, he could. He should definitely try to bring Destiny Bond, Will-O-Wisp, Thunder Whip. Gardevoir does not need to be clicking Hyper Voice a lot of the time. Yeah. I have this team at, where's Ben? 6.
I have 4.
Okay.
9.
Yeah, same area. Top 10 though.
Yeah.
Who's next?
Let's say
Josie.
He's running it back with a better Mon!
He's running it back with a better Mon, and thus the team is way better.
He's running it back to a Mon that he doesn't play the Sucker Punch game with. Better Mon!
He has great hazard removal. He only has rocks to set up, but I don't think that's as much of an issue because you are playing the Sun team. It doesn't even matter.
You just want to run rocks so that way you don't have a sash in front of you.
Exactly.
He's back in the saddle again. It's gonna go great.
He got 3 wins last season or 2?
He got 2 wins, but I do think that he should have picked up wins against Alex
and Bobby.
Yeah.
Okay, so I know he's running the same Sun team.
This is a different Sun team, but yes, go ahead.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, it's a different Sun team.
Yeah. I do think this is just a better team, yeah.
Okay, do you think Jose has a problem with just overvaluing his experience with previous Pokemon? Because he picked Comfey and Bronzong And I'm like, these Pokemon don't
Comfy at pick 4 is way too high, I do think. I just think Bronzong's a good mon, though.
I didn't like Bronzong on this team at first. I'm looking at it now. I'm a little bit more okay with it because it is a steel type that is immune to ground. So that's
ground immunity.
Very nice. And I don't think that
Comfy's doing that job.
I don't think Comfy's a bad mon. I think that the way that he placed his picks is how I would have placed my picks. Going for the Empoleon because you know that the Ninetales will make it back to you once Quinn doesn't take it.
It's so good at blanking for the Great Tusk, though.
Yeah.
It's so good at blanking for the Great Tusk. Like, I do like Bronzong.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm excited to see Belly Bolt. That's all it is on this team.
I am too, actually. I really like Belly Bolt. I have Jose ranked at 18.
That is just wild. I think Weather in this is going to be really strong. I have Jose at 6.
I think Jose is the best of the gimmick teams. I have him at 10th.
I also have his MVP as Empoleon.
Yep, agreed.
Good mon. Yeah, Quinn Schaefer in the Raging Bolt.
Yeah.
And then sniping my fucking Scizor.
And taking Mega Lopunny just to really push it in your fucking face.
Yeah, I can't believe someone would actually draft that mon.
Yeah. At the 3rd round, you know?
That is...
Okay, wait, hold on. I think this is... Megalop has reached balance, where it no longer is the focal point of teams, or you don't have to pick it first anymore, and therefore, it is good. This is still the worst Megalop team I've ever seen.
I wouldn't go that far, but it's not... The Megaloth is not the star on this team.
Yeah, right, which is good,
Yeah, this team is very clearly built around the Raging Bolt.
Yeah.
But it's not, because he doesn't have anything that has stab on ground types. He doesn't have a water type attacker, he doesn't have a ice type, he doesn't even have a fucking grass type. He literally has nothing to kill the ground.
He has Whimsicott.
Whimsicott's gonna come out and be my special attacker.
He has Whimsicott, Mudsdale, and Jellicent. Got him.
Yeah, and none of those deal with opposing ground types. Yeah. None of these can threaten the main issue that Raging Bolt's gonna have. Don't get me wrong, Raging Bolt comes in, clicks Draco Meteor. Yes, I get that. But, like, it needs help, man. Raging Bolt needs help.
I agree Raging Bolt needs help. I think you are exacerbating the issue just a tad. I think that it's not self-sufficient. I'm never going to say Raging Bolt is a self-sufficient mon, because it's not. But when you're pairing it with the Scizor, the Mega Lopunny, the Necrozma, which... I think a lot of people have forgotten is on this team.
Oh, yeah. No. That's the MVP of this team.
Yeah, like, this team has the tools to break through all the things that Raging Bolt needs. Ultimately, what's this team's speed? Like, this team has really low speed. It's just priority.
It's actually, the Whimsicott and the Mega Lopunny help a lot.
Yeah, but Whimsicott is the priority, which can help do it. And Megalop, as we've seen before... Get scarfed.
Yeah,
get scarfed. Like, the problem with every Mega is that if you're drafting a speed-based Mega that isn't priority, very specific, because that's why Mega Scizor and Mega Pinsir are both very good mons,
Mega Lopunny has quick attack. Mega Lopunny has quick attack.
It does have quick attack. What you should do against this, it has Fake Out as well.
Fake too. We can keep going. No, we can't.
What you should do against this team, it's the funniest fucking shit in the universe, because Mega Lopunny, Raging Bolt, Scizor, and Whimsicott all are this like hyper priority users. You just run Psychic Terrain, and you don't run any Psychic type moves. You don't need anything else. You just press Psychic Terrain, and you just watch him cry as all of his moves don't work anymore.
I mean, his Dark type is just a Drapion. I think you can click Psychic moves on him.
I mean, I think that more people than expected are going to get Pursuit Trapped by Drapion. Like, I have a list of the Pursuit mons, which ones I think are the best. Drapion's at the bottom of that list, but I think Drapion's gonna get the most kills because it's at the bottom of the list this season. Like, I think Drapion will outkill fucking King Gambit this season.
No. Sorry, there will be games where Ben will potentially play players where he gets to just click Sucker Punch and wipe a team.
And somehow Ben will get the Sucker Punch game wrong. Let's be real.
They're going to be scarfed and he's still going to lose the Sucker Punch game. It's going to be beautiful.
He's going to be like, man, he revealed Scarf to me. And then 5 minutes will go by. You'll be like, I don't think I can Sucker Punch this turn. Yeah, he's going to switch out. I have to click Pursuit.
Yeah. Ben's gonna have to figure out how to use those Pokemon. That's gonna be the funny first 2 weeks, and then he's gonna figure it out, and we're all gonna be like, oh.
Where do we rate Quinn?
I got Quinn at, is that 15 or 14? Whatever I'm not is what Quinn is.
So you were 14, so he's 15?
He's 15.
I will be 7th.
I am 7th. I think that Nando does have a very good point, though, about not being able to kill ground types.
Moving on, Ethan. This is a team. Let me just say, this is a very Ethan team.
Yeah.
I through and through, this is an Ethan team. He took the Scrafty, which I think actually somehow works for this team by some miracle.
Well, if you don't have any other setup sweeper, the Scrafty does work, yes.
With the Screamtail, I think it works really well.
I actually think with Screamtail and Melmetal, Scrafty is like a surprisingly really solid sweeper to put behind that. I'm not even kidding. Like, I genuinely think it's solid.
I don't think it's good enough, but I would agree it is good with those two.
Okay, let me be clear. Everything that I say good about this team is not good enough.
Yeah.
Just get that out the way. I'm talking about the good parts of this team first. There's a solid 4-mon core between Melmetal, Ditto, Mega Pidgeot, and Sandy Shocks, and I think that...
Whoa, what the fuck? He just skipped Screamtail?
Oh, yeah, no, I don't think Screamtail's a good option. I don't think Screamtail's a good mon. Like, let's be clear. Screamtail will cheese out a win, and then it'll be a screen setter for the rest of the season. Like it always does. I don't like Shedinja, by the way.
I don't either.
I think if he drafts all picks, it's solid.
I agree with that.
Yeah, I like that.
Can I spiel?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay, so if we remove Shedinja and Ditto from this draft list and just look at base stat total, it is the lowest base stat total the league I think has ever seen.
Even without those two?
Without those two.
Jesus.
This is even including his past teams?
Yes.
Oh, wow, that's crazy.
It is crazy.
Wait, that's actually crazy, because it's Melmetal,
Right!
with Screamtail.
With 4 mods above 570,
Yeah.
somehow he manages to get to 500 for his BST.
Wait, is Scrafty really that shit? There's no way.
Scrafty has very low base stats.
I know, but like, it's not that shit.
It's 488. Like, I'm telling you guys, like, somehow it's gonna be those, like, 4 Pokemon, and then he's just gonna do whack Ethan shit for the rest of it, you know?
Yeah,
like,
but I mean, like, that's how Ethan plays the game. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I'm also saying that I think his first 5 Mons are a solid team that it can bring
Week to week.
almost every single week, and like they'll each have a role to play every single week. Right? Like genuinely, like those 5 Mons are solid. Like they all have great speed. They're all really tanky because they are 570 BST Mons.
Yeah.
Ditto is the mon. Like Ditto is
like
that
Ditto
guy.
can do it. Like you have Mega Pidgeot and Sandy Shocks for speed control that can also hit hard on the special side. You have Melmetal that can hit very hard on the physical side, right?
Yeah.
And also I
still don't think this, even as you're describing this, I'm not like, yeah, and then he gets Mega Pidgeot.
No, but like, I actually think Screamtail is such insane glue to go with the Melmetal, though, like, genuinely, that, like, I actually think that this team can work. And then it's just, at the very end, he brings, like, a Scrafty that can set up at the end, or Rampardos to sneak 1 kill,
Right. Yep.
or Shedinja as a haha, you forgot about Shedinja, you lose.
Yeah.
Oh, one quick thing about this team. His hazard control is reliant on Mega Pidgeot with Defog.
Yeah.
And
That was my point.
Tatsugiri with Rapid Spin.
Yes.
I don't think he wants to bring Mega Pidgeot with Defog, which means he has to start bringing Tatsugiri week to week.
Okay, what's the name the 4 moves on Pidgeot? Genuinely.
Heat Wave.
Hurricane, Heat Wave, U-turn, Roost.
You don't need to run Heat Wave. You can just run Defog.
With this team, you're not running Heat Wave.
I think Sandy Shocks covers anything that a Heat Wave would need to kill.
I would hesitate to be like, oh, you don't need Heat Wave, right?
I know, but I'm saying that like I actually do think that the other mons of the team can't cover it. Anyway, 22.
24.
Last.
I have this last.
it higher than the rest of you. Yep, I have it at 18th. I think there's a bunch of teams worse than this.
I'm the guy defending it. 18.
Yeah.
I'm the man defending it. 18, says Paisan.
Yep.
Wild. Tommy.
Okay.
There's teams worse than this.
I'm gonna assist
Tommy.
at the beginning of this for Tommy because I helped design some of this team. Right. We should have gone over what better mons were on the board. He was just like, Primarina is my second pick. Primarina is my second pick. Primarina is my second pick.
I don't hate Primarina second. I would
it's
take
not
it.
bad. Yeah. But it's just there was better shit
way
there.
better shit. Yeah. A lot of shit fell, and we should have.
Yeah, and
Oh
I
my
just
God, what if he just
I
went Garchomp Excadrill and then just put it
Went
like
for
a
the same
Gigalith at
team?
the end? Yeah.
he was gonna draft Gigalith. He was gonna draft Gigalith. That was one of the plans. I don't know why
dude, I don't
it
know.
didn't happen.
I think he was confused about evasion clause because that's why he was asking at the end.
Oh.
Yeah, but like even then, he still could have done that
Yeah.
earlier.
Well, I told him it was good. I told him it was allowed.
He was like very because he was like, oh, so like bright powder's not allowed, right? I'm like, yep.
Yeah.
He's like, oh,
Yeah,
so
it's
Sandal's
just-
also not allowed. I'm like,
It's-
Sandal's fine.
It's
Yeah.
looking at a lot of these mons that went in the second, like, post him that, like, are really solid on his team.
Yeah.
But all that being said, it's not like he picked bad mons. Like all of these mons are good.
Yeah.
It's just, because you ended up having to go Colossal and Lynun Galar, like we can very clearly see the power budget of this team was not properly
Yeah, but again, like,
done.
who cares about those NUs? Like,
Yeah.
his baseline team of...
The thing is, you have to care about Colossal because it's his only hazard control.
Yes.
That is something like he does need to make a change. Like he does need hazard control.
Yeah.
Like Colossal is. I'll tell you right now, champ. It ain't it. It ain't it.
Okay, so the original idea of the team though was he wanted to play around He was like, I want a mon that is scary enough that people are scared of it, but can set spikes and rocks. And that's why he was originally going to do Masquerada, and that's why we ended up at Garchomp.
Yeah, was still there. It's better.
It's better than that too.
I know. Garchomp made that.
But that, and then he was like, okay, I also think that Mega Banette is just crazy fucking good.
It is.
And I agree, actually. I'm like, as we were talking about it, I'm like, this might actually be a crazy Pursuit Trapper. Not in the traditional sense of a Pursuit Trapper, but like...
It doesn't get to be a Dark type, but it still is 165 base attack Pursuit.
It's forcing so many things to switch out because you don't want your sweeper to die to the Destiny Bond, so you switch out, and then he presses Pursuit.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a 165 attacker. It hurts.
Yeah.
Does it fit necessarily with the rest of the team? I think it's pretty good.
I will say, I think that he went the Zapdos G, and I probably would have gone for the Flamigo and saved the points to get a better spinner than Colossal.
I think that's fair, actually, yeah.
I don't know. I think you literally just dropped Victini for, like, Mandibuzz or something.
I actually don't like Victini, and he really likes it. I think that's the one I'm going to target.
I think Victini can get dropped for a very good, like, OUB mon. Yeah. That isn't a Victini.
I actually don't think Victini is that good.
I agree Victini is not good, especially on this team. I hesitate to be like, oh yeah, Mandibuzz is the answer, because I don't think it is.
Sure. Yeah. But I actually really do like Zapdos G on this team. I think that the power budget is justified in how much it's doing for this team, I think.
Ultimately, get better removal, and I have no complaints about this team otherwise, though.
Yeah.
I have this team at 16th. I think it has potential to jump up, though.
I have it at 10.
What's your rating, Nando?
I believe that is 18.
18. All right.
I'm higher than you guys. I actually just think Mega Banette is fucking sick as shit.
I just think this team has the potential to go, and like once we get out of like the bottom four and like the top four, like everything in this tier list can like swap with waivers.
The other person that I was helping, I had a restriction with this team, which was I want to play around Parahacks.
Guys, we can beat him up in real life. He does live in Minnesota.
Yeah, he does live here. He's going to be my roommate very soon. That was the restriction. So we're drafting Jirachi, and we need webs, so we're drafting Araquanid. And we probably need a pretty good Glairmon, so we're drafting Druddigon, which I actually think really works really well on this team. Mm-hmm. And Lando T fit with that really well, because I actually think this team is going to be a Lando T team that I've disguised it as. I was like, yeah, it's going to be you're going to run the Paraflinch Hex? No, he's going to run Doom Desire, Jirachi, and Lando T. That's what he's actually going to do.
Doom Desire is really funny, because it's just a worse feature set.
It's better.
It does a lot more damage than you'd expect it to do. And also, it can't be blanked by a dark type.
Yeah, but I like the fact that it can be blanked by a dark type, because then you can bring a fighting type of future sight. Like, that's the point. Yeah, I mean, I think this is probably, like, obviously you didn't get Togetics. I think this team could have really used some kind of, like, actual power pick. Like, I think this team really lacks in, like, the power aspect. Because right now, you have the Entei and the Volcanion, both of which are weak to rocks.
Right. I also think that it was my fault for picking Entei, and then Nando was like, Volcanion's on the board. I was like, that's just so much better than Entei. I'm just going to pick that up, and we'll waiver away the Entei. So Entei is going to be gone from this team as soon as possible.
Yeah, the first question was, what's a good fire type? At BL, Entei. Alright, now I have a lot of points. What's a good special attacker at OUB? Volcanion's still there. I wasn't thinking about that team. I was very focused on making sure that the teams were legal. That was like a manual thing.
Ultimately, I don't know. I don't hate this team at all. Florges is really good. Florges is really good. Mienshao is really good. There's a lot of cool mons on this team that I really like to see. And I think they are pretty easy to play. Ultimately, though, I don't think that the team like synergizes very well at all. I don't think
no. It does the Paraflinch very well, I think.
It does the Paraflinch very well.
Yeah, sure, it does the Paraflinch. I think it
win
fails
games?
I think it fails at like literally everything else, and then like, I don't flinch.
Yeah. Correct. I also think that both water types are weak to rocks, like you guys saying. There's definitely a rock type problem on this team, and it doesn't really have a physical wall either. If I was going to give an MVP to this team for the Paraflinch thing...
Lando's a physical wall.
Okay, actually, you're right. Yes, it is.
Who's your MVP?
Druddigon, but if it was an actual MVP, I think that Politeeds is going to get the most kills on this team.
Oh, it's going to get the most kills. I think Morpico's your actual MVP.
Dude, I think both Poltergeist and Jirachi is just like,
No!
Jirachi's like, I'm gonna Paraflint you.
Dark type comes
Punched in the face.
Dark type comes in. Oh man, I really want to switch. Pursue.
Yeah.
Okay, I had this team 20th.
I think I have it 19th.
23.
Yeah, so bottom half for sure, but it can be fixed.
I don't think it will be, though.
Will it be? Probably not. Can be fixed, though.
Yeah.
Like, we're gonna get there.
He's
but
a stubborn motherfucker. I
boat.
fought really hard for Lando T. The other things just didn't make sense. Yeah, okay.
Can I just say, we're going on to Zach, and me and Nando have talked at length at this, and I think that he's just wrong. But
I'm interested where I'm going to be then. I'm with one of you.
Nando, you want to start?
Yeah, sure. Okay, obviously, he said that the only two mons that I want to play with are Samurott Hisui and Slowking Galar, both which are mons that can be taken in like the second or third round, so he was in a weird position that he took them 1 and 2.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that. That makes like logical sense. My problem is then going with my carry on this team is going to be a Mega Altaria. I don't count Raikou. Raiku's not a real mon. Darn, great mon. You can bring that scarf every time.
I'm on this man's team.
Go ahead.
This man's team.
Afterwards, the problem is that Raikou, Darm, and Terrakion, and Staraptor, honestly, are all the same mon.
That's so true! These are on the same fucking team as this guy! I'm on this guy's team!
They are literally all the exact same mon with different typing, so he can kind of like switchblade and decide like which one he's gonna bring each week. It's gonna do a lot of damage to teams.
Yeah.
It's not gonna like lose 6-0,
no,
but it's gonna lose 2-0 or 1-0 a lot of the time. I don't think it can reach the point where it can fully close out. It's gonna reach the point where like a Darm is gonna come in with like Scarf Blur Blitz and be able to like kill 2 or 3 mods off of just like the sheer hazard stacking, right? Yes. But I don't think he's gonna be able to finish it.
You're wrong. Whatever you're gonna say right now, you're wrong. Because he's fucking right.
He's a glazer, dude. It's crazy.
No, I actually like. If you look at the things I wrote, it's like all of those things.
Man, you're under the table giving him a fucking hand job. God damn! I can hear the fucking schlick. Like, anyways, here's the thing about this team, right? Yeah. All of these points are true. I'm not going to take them away from you. Mega Altaria is just strong enough to win games with hazards, and this team has hazards. Fucking Slowking G and Samurott is probably my favorite 1-2 on the board. Future Sight into Dark type attacks. I wish that this team had a valid...
Future Sight into Dark type attacks.
I think he meant fighting type.
He means fighting types, not Dark type.
Dark types and fighting types are both really good with it. That's why Urshifu Single Strike is the best one and it got banned. He has Terrakion as well for a fighting type. Yeah. The only real issue I have with this team is I don't think that Shaman and Staraptor...
Those are the only real issues?
Yeah, I don't think Shaman's a good mon. I think Shaman's at UU price.
Those are the only issues.
Yes.
I love Shaman for Zach. Zach is one of those mans who's like, he's used Shaman every time, and every time it gets like a kill or two, I'm like, damn, Shaman, I didn't know your game.
See, here's the thing. Everyone's like, oh yeah, Shaman does get a kill or two every single time he plays for Zach. But what people don't see is every single time Shaman misses a Seed Flare and loses Zach a game. And let me tell you, the number is high. The number's really high.
It happens like 2 times a split, to be honest.
And yeah, Staraptor is just like, yeah, it's a normal flying type, it covers your bases, but you already have the Tauros, so either drop the Tauros or drop the Staraptor. Honestly, this should have been like a Tauros Paldea team on like low-key, instead of like the Terrakion, and then you can afford a better BL.
Mega Voltorb needs to be the glue that it's chalked up to be, and it won't be. It is not good enough. It's not 2017 anymore, Zach, and you don't have a Rapid Spinner.
Yeah, he doesn't have a Rapid Spinner.
He actually doesn't have Hazard, it's real tough.
Yeah.
He has, what's it called, Defog on Raptor, and that's about it.
I think does Raikou get Defog?
No, I mean, you do have Defog on Altaria, but like, if you're using a move slot for Mega Altaria, it's fucking doom.
We're not doing that. So yeah, honestly, this team could use a mouse hold.
I think that's really good. I think that having another mon that can potentially set up and sweep after all the hazards are up, like, don't get me wrong, you don't want to tidy up that much, right?
Yeah.
Like, you are looking specifically for like a Rapid Spinner, and I will say the board right now is tight for Rapid Spinners. It's not looking great.
Toad Scroll is still on the board? That's about it, though.
Yeah, Toad Scroll is still on the board.
That's about it, though.
Mike Burke tried to get me to pick fucking the mini Toad Scroll, and I was like, what? Toad School? What the fuck are you on? Sorry, I just had to say that. He was like, literally suggesting to me, this one.
It's fun. It's valuable. Ultimately, it's going to be up to Zach to pivot and prove this team is worth a damn. but all of these mons are just worse Mega Caesar. I would give the man who plays only Mega Caesar and 5 worse Mega Caesars. They're gonna work.
And you know what he can do? He can just drop Terrakion for Hitmontop.
I don't hate that at all.
I think Terrakion for Hitmontop can help salvage this team a lot.
It is fucking crazy though that there's 3 of the same fucking mons.
Drop Tauros for Mr. Rhyme. Like, actually, drop Tauros for Mr. Mime Galar.
Oh, yeah.
You get your Healing Wish for the Mega Ult, potentially, or...
You get a second Future Sight user.
You get another Future Sight user, you get your Rapid Spin, you get to clear screens, which is something that this team, like, actually is gonna need.
Yeah.
If you can't click Defog, like, you're gonna need something to help get rid of those teams, because guess what? This team can't punch through it. It can't punch through it.
Yeah.
If a Reflect gets set up, this team is sitting here, like, begging for help. Yeah, actually, the more I think about his team, the more I'm like, this team sucks.
Yeah. No, it's a bad team. It's not a good team. It's not 2017.
I think this team is going to be just fine. What do you guys have at place, though?
You're crazy. It's 19.
It is 19 for me, too, exactly. Actually.
I have it at 9th, I think.
What?
Jesus.
No, Edo, this is even more wild than my last pick.
Ain't no way he's got Zach at 9.
I will say, when I was first doing it, I was like, yeah, this is like the top of the bottom half, so it's like 14, 15.
Marine, you suck ass. When you listen to this, let me tell you right now and let me be clear, you suck.
It was like that 14, 15, 16 range, and then I was like, yeah, I like this core better than that, I like this core better than that, and it just kept going.
Wild, dude. This team dies to a Rocky Helmet.
It's not even a real thing, man. Relax. It's gonna click Hyper Voice Altaria.
Crazy!
You literally said you just said bring DD Altaria.
He can do both!
He can in the same week, he's gonna bring 5 Altarias.
No, hold on. No, he's gonna be DD, Return, Earthquake, Hyper Voice. Why would you ever bring Roost with that mon? We're not here to fucking cotton guard Roost.
MVP is Altaria.
MVP is Slowking Galar, dude. Everyone wanted that mon and he got it.
For this team specifically, though, it has to be Altaria.
It's going to get more kills. I think Slowking Galar is the better mon on the team.
No, it's doing more roll compression than Slowking.
Anyway, this is a team that I had a hard time placing.
Diego.
Because it's Diego piloting it.
No, I agree. Diego's piloting it. It's a really fucking good team.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Diego gave me full reign, so I'm going to talk about this team.
He made you what reign?
He gave me full reign to draft the team. Like the only
reign.
The team doesn't have rain on it, idiot.
That's why I was so confused.
Yeah. The only qualification I had was get Mega Charizard X, and then Patty took it first round. So I had full control of this team. Grimmsnarl, Aegislash, and Superior. I'm not letting people get rid of the screens, and I'm not letting people get rid of hazards. And then go into Gyarados and Latias, and that's like probably one of the most banger 5
Wait, hold on. How is those 3 not letting you get rid of
saying the Aegislash stops the Rapid Spin, and then you get the contrary boost if they choose to defog, which is not a good enough way to do it.
Okay. I just wanted to...
I'm sorry. I don't have a Goldango for the team. Like, we made do. We made fucking do.
It's called a Defiant or Competitive Mon. Like, you could have just drafted Zapdos behind the screens, which would have been yoked. Zapdos G instead of Superior is such a bigger dump. But continue. Go ahead. Keep going, King.
I didn't like Zapdos, so I'm gonna keep it real. But yeah, Mega Gyarados and Latias. Mega Gyarados and Latias, very brain dead mons, and I think that
it's
will
great
have
beginner
a lot of success with those mons.
Yes.
And then from there, it was just filling out the team. Kadabra is just fun. I think that he'll probably get like 2 kills with it.
Okay, this is the best team ever drafted for a beginner to pilot.
Thank you.
That is why I am less concerned about Diego having the team, because it's just so fucking brain dead. You press screens at the beginning of the match, and then you just fucking free reign it.
I think it should be a mon other than Aegislash, because I think Aegislash can only reach its maximum potential
in the hands of someone who really knows what they're doing.
Every set of it.
Yeah.
That I agree with, yeah.
But
I think I said that it was not a beginner mon, actually.
You did, both
draft, and then you went, it is, so tell me why it is. Other than Aegislash, it's the best beginner team ever. So tell me why Aegislash is great for a beginner.
I don't think Aegislash is great for a beginner, but it's going to teach you a lot. You need to know how to play offense first, play defense,
know what else
right?
is a good teaching moment? Losing. Which is what's going to happen.
It's a teaching moment.
I mean...
It's a teaching moment.
It's a zoning ult. No, it's genuinely, you need to know how to play offense versus defense and pilot that mon, because it punishes you very much if you don't. And I think that even still with that being like the case, you can just bring SD Shadow Sneak every single week with this mon, and you'll be just fine.
Latias and Magmortar are the MVPs for this team.
Yeah.
Magmortar.
I think Magmortar is really good on this team.
Magmortar's gonna click Bullet Punch. Oh, sorry, not Bullet Punch. Belly Drum and Flame Charge, and it's going to win.
I think every week it's going to be Mega Gyarados.
Yeah,
You should bring it every week.
Absolutely.
I have it at 10.
I have it at 11.
I have it at 14.
Yeah, very good team. Thank you. That's going to be the case with all of my teams. They're all going to be high.
Anyway, you want to see a team that can't utilize?
Hold on, though. I don't think the webs were needed for this team.
It's just another thing.
Okay.
I think webs are fine.
It's just another facet to the team that people have to worry about.
You have so much character, Jose. He said Bill's character in regards to losing.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So much characters, fucking crazy.
Yeah, you want to see a team that doesn't utilize grassy terrain at all? And
This is the weirdest team on the planet.
probably
Worse off for drafting it.
It's literally, I think you swap Rillaboom for anything else that's left on the board.
Is not a good Pokemon. I don't think it's good.
I think the nerfs actually hurt it a lot.
I hesitate to be like, Rillaboom's not a good mon. Rillaboom's not a good mon for this team, though. I think that it doesn't do anything for the team. You know, Earthquake are a little less for Metagross, but it's also fucking the Donphan, like, super bad. And the rest of your team is immune to, or resistant, or kills ground. So, like, I don't know. If this team does not need the Rillaboom, I would probably look at a waiver.
Yeah, it's actively helping the opponent, I think, in almost every case.
You want to know your waiver? Mega Heracross.
No, not with the Keldeo, man.
Yeah, but Mega Heracross with the Latios is yoked.
That's true.
So good with
That's
the Latios.
What about the Mega Diancie?
No, I think you're reaching speed tiers that are going to be too similar. Because that way everything's at that 110, right? You don't have anything that outspeeds the 110, which is fine.
Well, trio.
That's fine when you are able to scarf the Latios, able to scarf the Keldeo, scarf the Rotom Heat. Like, you have ways to circumvent that, I believe. And also you have the webs from Spidops, which I think he's actually going to bring a lot.
I think Spidops was really contested, actually.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he got it.
I mean, it clearly wasn't that contested in the 11th round, but 10th round, but yeah.
Maybe Pinsir. I think it's Pinsir, actually.
Mega Pinsir?
Yeah, I think Mega Pinsir. I think you use Lottie, Keldeo, and Rotom to chip teams down a decent amount, and then you just Pinsir them.
Sure. Yeah, and he
Pinsir with Metagross.
He has decent hazard control.
Okay, I would like to ascribe, I don't know, I want help. Because this feels like the Thomas Sheehan team that I've seen 3 times in a row. I don't know, it just screams Thomas. I don't know if it's the pivoters or just the attack stats he's picking.
It's Metagross and Rotom Heat, and then Latios ends up being very similar to a lot of the attackers that he ends up drafting. It's in that same pool.
I think
But he has like a middle
also
point that's like extremely bulky. Keldeo fits his playstyle a lot, but I do think that this team is just...
It's a lot of bulky
It's not
offensive
good.
pivots. That's the Thomas Sheehan playstyle.
Yeah.
Because it just feels like the last 4 teams he drafted to me. Like, I look at this team and like, that's a Thomas team.
It's literally just you see Rotom Heat in round 3 and you're like, fucking Thomas, god damn it.
Oh, you really picked it round fucking 3?
Yeah.
Fucking A. He sniped Metagross from me, this fucking bastard. Motherfucker.
Yeah, I think Rillaboom can be swapped. I think there are so many things on the board that are better than Rillaboom.
Just to speak something good about Rillaboom, I think Rillaboom, Keldeo, and Latios are a really solid core together. Obviously, you could find a better mon to pair them. Better physical attacker. Pinsir was mentioned. Heracross was mentioned.
So it's not a solid core.
It's a solid core now, and it can be better if you get a different mon.
But you want to swap out Rillaboom.
That doesn't mean that the core isn't solid. It just means that there are better mons on the board that I would pick.
So Keldeo and Latios are a great core.
I don't think Keldeo and Latios by themselves are a great core because there's no physical attacker.
Sure,
Rillaboom's a physical attacker.
Sure, great. Okay.
With priority, so thus making a good core.
Okay, got it myself. I have this team at 16. It should be lower though.
I have it at 8th, by the way.
I have it at 17, but I think that it should be lower. Here we go.
Dankies. I think this is where a lot of different expectations come in because I don't think this team's very good at all.
I don't think it's good either.
I think it's solid.
You're crazy.
It's pink. It's pink.
Yeah.
This one is like the definition of like bulk. Like it is just sheer bulk. It's hoping that to whittle teams down with.
It's not even that bulky though.
Mega Venusaur.
Okay, well let's not do that. Let's not say Dirge, Venusaur are not bulky.
Right, those 2 are bulky. The rest of the team is not that bulky.
I know, but those 2 are bulky.
This team is not that bulky.
The biggest problem with this
It's
team.
a pain in the ass.
The biggest problem with this team is that it requires rocks on Nido to go up.
That is a fair take. I also think that this team's hazard removal is really reliant on Starmie, and I don't think that it can afford to bring Starmie on a week-to-week basis.
Right. Starmie's being asked of way too much on this team. It's like, be the speed control I need, be the rapid spinner I need, be the...
I don't think it needs to be the speed control. The speed control is the Scarf Jugulus every week.
Yeah, or the Scarf Nidoking, which is a whole different issue. I will say, Starmie does have Flip Turn, and that makes this team's pivoting go from really bad to kind of okay.
Like, Starmie is there to click Rapid Spin, Recover, Flip Turn every single week. Like, it's max speed, max HP.
Yeah,
that's all it does.
And for BL price, it's not bad at all. I do like Starmie.
No, I agree. I think it's being asked of too much on this fucking team.
I will say also, there are a lot of teams here that are like quote unquote weak to ground, but they have immunity, so it doesn't count. This is a team that's 8 times weak to flying and has no way to circumvent flying types.
So Nando and I have talked about this before. I don't think being weak to flying fucking matters. As long as you have physically bulky Pokemon, it does not matter that you're weak to flying.
Physically bulky? What about specially bulky? Like, all the good fly types are special attackers.
Yeah, you got like Hurricane and Air Slash, but like those are just like not... Brave Bird is much more across the board and something that you're going to be playing a lot more on a week-to-week basis.
Okay, sure. How does this team deal with Brave Bird? Is it just Skeletor has to burn them on?
No, it doesn't. I'm just saying, like, one change can fix it. I want to just bring up that is not like the Earthquake weakness.
The Earthquake weakness is circumventable because you have immunities. Flying doesn't have immunity. I understand you guys are saying, like, flying is not a good typing. That's a whole different thing. Huh?
Who's Gliscor?
Patrick.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which he shouldn't.
We're gonna get there. Hold on. What else?
I would have really loved to see a dragon in this. Like, it makes so much. Like, a dragon fits so perfectly in this.
I think he shat the bottom half of this draft. I mean, Manectric, Wigglytuff's good. Manectric's bad. Squawkabilly is really bad. And Virizion, when you have Mega Venusaur and Ogerpon W, you also went Nidoking into Mega Venusaur, so now you're just really hammering it in the fact that that's the reason why this weakness is existing, right? Like, you need to drop these trash mons.
I think Ogerpon Water doesn't fit on the team at all. I think Ogerpon Water should go for... There's a lot of things that can replace it, in my opinion.
I think Ogerpon Water would fit the team a lot more if he didn't go Mega Venusaur.
Yeah, I agree. Because
now he's forced into this weird bulky offense that doesn't work.
Yeah.
Whereas, if he didn't do that, then this mon could just be like a spiker or a Sword Stance setter.
Well, you're gonna tell me this team is like fucking 5th, and I'm gonna be like, you're fucking high. This team is 22nd.
I have it at 5. I have it at 8.
I have it at 17th.
I think it's in a position where, like... I don't know. The more I think about it, it's missing hazards. Like, that's what it's missing. I think if it has hazards, it can legitimately just, like, stall out teams enough that it can win with Iron Jugulis. Iron Jugulis, compared to a lot of other mons, when it just comes to coming in, Scarf Dark Pulse.
Remember when you didn't like this mon?
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah. I think coming in and just clicking the Scarf Dark Pulse is really solid. And I don't know, man. Skeletor's Venusaur is something that will make me want to shoot myself if I have to.
Absolutely. It's very annoying to face, but I don't think it has a route to winning games that isn't just, I'm going to Dark Pulse flinch you, and I think that's the real problem.
Yeah.
I have to face it week 1.
Yeah, I mean, I think you'll be just fine.
I'm not that concerned.
Yeah.
Given that I put it at 22.
So that means if you lose,
it's going to be really embarrassing.
If you lose, it'll be pretty tough, huh? Oh man, its matchup into you is actually pretty solid.
It is actually pretty solid. I do agree.
Wait, does that Jugulis not just wipe you?
Yeah, it's fucking scary, Nando. I agree.
Doesn't the Ogerpon just fucking wipe you?
No, yep.
Yeah, Sam Swanson, Minnesota Viktinis. What do we have to say about this team that I also drafted?
It's really fucking annoying, and
it's really good.
Yeah, I know. Every single team I draft is annoying because I'm the GOAT.
Right. Okay. This is the team that will let Hoopa U shine. However, it's not the team that will let Hoopa U shine. No, sorry. I fucked it up. Blacephalon will let Hoopa U shine.
Yeah.
But the team won't. The team is going to hold Hoopa U back. Blacephalon is the thing that Hoopa U has always needed. But the rest of the team, there's no physical attacker. So Hoopa U has to be physical. Hoopa U is best when it can be both. You don't know what's coming, but it's always going to be physical with this team.
I mean, I hesitate to say it's always going to be physical between Diggersby, Mega Kangaskhan, and Cobalion, which is going to switch into those knockoffs week to week because this team's very knockoff week.
It's incredibly knockoff week.
Yeah. So that's why I picked up the Cobalion so early. I was either that or Lucario.
I still don't think it's enough. I want like another big wall breaker.
Sticky Hydra Apple.
Hydra Apple, Sticky Web?
Sticky Hold.
Oh. Gives a fuck. Who cares,
Take it off.
Yeah, Regenerator. Yeah, ultimately, I think the one real problem that I think this team has is...
Wait, so you're telling me that you think that Diggersby is going to be enough of a physical breaker to let Hoopa U be special? You think that Hoopa U is going to be...
I think Hoopa U should be physical regardless. I think Hoopa U on a regular basis should be a physical.
I think in a draft format, Hoopa U is best when you don't know which one it is.
Yes, I still think that regardless,
so you think
Theory is strong enough.
Oh, no, I agree.
Yeah,
so you're just thinking that it's just going to be...
I think between Diggersby, Kangaskhan, and... what's it called? Cobalion.
I don't think the Kangaskhan... Yes, I know the Kangaskhan's good, but I don't think he should be bringing the Seismic Toss thing.
Oh, I agree, but it's the fact that you can do both, right? It's the same thing with the Hoopa. You can do both. That's the fucking problem with this Mon.
Sure. Okay. I disagree. I think I still have it very high. I'm knocking on the team.
I know. We're nitpicking at this point. The one thing I don't like on this team is Crocalor, and he was like, oh yeah, you had to take Crocalor and you had to take Prinplup. And I'm like, I really don't want to take either of these Mons. Both these Mons kind of fucking suck, but they're his favorite Mons, and he likes playing with them, so he'll probably make it work.
Swan really didn't want to sit on his ass, or sit on his thumbs, excuse me, after last season, where he was like, and I'm gonna Regenerator Core. He was like, give me Wall Breakers.
Says the team that has Hydro Apple, Crocalor, Prinplup.
But like, look at the other ones though. He actually has the offense to like not sit the round, you know?
The pain in the ass thing is that this team can do everything, and that's what fucking makes it really hard to prep for. I think this is probably the hardest team to prep for. I don't think it's the best team, but it's the hardest team to deal with just because how do you circumvent Blacephalon, Hoopa U, and everything that's gone? Like, it's so fucking hard to deal with.
Yep.
Yeah, just going to placements, I guess.
Sure.
This is number 3. Number 3.
2.
4. Yeah, top 5, though. Moving on. Patrick. Rotom Washingtons.
Who has this low?
I don't. No.
I don't. I have number 1.
No.
Do you have it low?
No. Okay. I mean, this team is literally just a patty team. Like, I looked at this and I'm like, yeah, it's just patties. Like, whatever. Dude.
It's not, but the thing is, it's not just a patty team. It's probably the best patty team I've ever seen. Also in the worst season to have to face a patty team.
Yeah.
Like, this is so fucking annoying to deal with.
Yeah. My problem, quote unquote, with the team is it's just there's too much overlap between Gliscor, Moltres, and Ferrothorn. Like,
as terms of what?
Gliscor and Moltres.
I don't know. A stall team goes ahead and runs all those Mons anyway.
The thing about having both is that all of a sudden, move slots have started opening up. That's my problem with Gliscor last season, is that I felt I had to run Spike, Stealth Rocks, U-Turn, Protect, or Roost.
Dude, that's a fair...
And now move slots have opened up, and the same thing with the Gliscor and the Moltres, like, move slots have opened up. This allows Gliscor to be that multifaceted annoyance that it should be, while also allowing Ferrothorn and Moltres to still do their own thing separate, and individual of it. And Urshifu Rapid Strike exists on this team as well.
It's fucking great. Yeah. It's fucking great. My other...
This team doesn't have a special attacker,
complaint is it doesn't have a special attacker.
Yeah, it's relying on Moltres to click Fire Blast or Air Slash a lot of the time. And then on the physical side, it's just, you have to deal with the fact that Urshifu Rapid Strike is probably going to have to be gloves a lot of the week unless you're willing to bring the SD Drain Punch set.
Or like a Choice Scarf or Choice Band set.
Yeah, to help circumvent all that stuff. And it also turns into, like, the team doesn't... Like, the fastest mod on the team is a Mismagius, right? And you can be like, oh, I'm going to click, at, like, DD on the Zard.
The Urshifu Rapid is going to be Scarf, I think, majority of weeks based on this.
Yeah, but that's the problem. A lot of teams are going to bring, like, Scarf Mon over base 100 speed to deal with the Zard, which will, byproduct, end up dealing with
Urshifu Rapid.
The Urshifu.
Yeah, I mean, like, I think 1 or 2 waivers make this team the best on the board. Like, actually, not one of the best. I think it makes it the best on the board.
I think
what do you get
the
rid
best
of,
on the
though,
board
is the problem.
Gliscor!
Absolutely not.
Gliscor, Ferrothorn, Moltres, that is such a solid defensive core.
I think if anything, and it hurts to say this, I think Hatterini is the one that has to go. And you pick up a better...
I love Hatterini on this team.
I love Hatterini on this team.
I think it's better than fucking Gliscor.
I think, if anything, I would get rid of, like, Ferrothorn before I get rid of Gliscor. Like, this team...
Fine.
This team needs... Like, Gliscor is the linchpin of this team. I understand I'm Mega Charizard Gliscor man from last season. It works. There's a reason why I did it. It fucking works. That one's great. They support each other really well.
Your old team was better.
Yeah, I don't think you need Ferrothorns, because your only hazard removal when you're running Gliscor Moltres is going to be defog anyway, right?
Yeah.
Like, you're not going to be setting up that many hazards.
Yeah.
I don't think you need Pharaoh. But, I mean, he's also planning, or at least he said that, like, he thinks that the best way to bring Pharaoh is just click Leech Seed off the rip every time. Yeah. Which, that means you're not doing the hazard setting, which is, like, a lot better. But I do feel like that this team is just missing...
I like that idea.
Something, but it's such a patty team, and he's shown that it's, like, a viable way to play the game.
It's a really good team. I have it at 6.
I have it at 1.
I have it at 5.
Alex, let me just say it right now. This team has no hazard control. Yeah. That will be rectified by next week. But judging by its current merit, Double is a worthless mon.
Correct.
He said, I don't care about NU. He gave me 2 mons, Driplim and Double. Driplim was gone. So, Driplim was gone in like round 4. So I was just like,
fucking put Driplim.
Driplim was drafted by Sean in round 8.
Round 8.
Yeah, round 8.
Yeah. So I was just like, oh shit. Well, I'll take Double because I can't afford to think about this any longer. That mon needs to go. Pick up Togetic or something like that. Get a defogger. You'll be fine. This team is really fucking annoying. Ursaluna, Iron Crown, Lele. This is so fucking annoying on the offensive side. And then on the defensive side, Melodic Garg, Amoonguss. And fucking Gramble for Wish. So fucking annoying.
Don't say Wish Gramble.
Don't
say that.
Yep. I think Psychic Terrain is bad. So I'm not rating it as high as you guys. I think that's why I'm not going to rate it as high as you guys.
I just think this team doesn't rely on Psychic Terrain.
No, I agree.
I don't think it relies on Psychic Terrain either.
My issue is 2 mons that use Psychic Terrain, and it's Crown and Armor Rouge, and even then, he used Armor Rouge the entirety of last season with no Psychic Terrain.
Yeah, my issue is the team comes into, it feels like it's going to be a lot of the defensive core trying to survive.
Yeah.
Because there's no speed on this team, right? What's your speed? Sneasel?
Yeah,
you don't have
Lele.
You have Sneasel and Lele.
You have Scarf Lele as your
Crown.
speed.
Iron Crown is actually fast.
Crown is sitting at 98, which is crazy. But this team, in my mind, does feel like it will just slowly get chipped and whittled, and at some point, someone's gonna read him once, click DD, and he just loses.
Can I just say though, because that is the case, I think that there's a very good argument that this team is the Trick Room team, and I think that is terrifying.
Really good. Yeah, I think Trick Room can be good on it.
That one?
Lele.
Sorry.
Genuinely.
Lele.
You run a slower Lele, you set it up. Because everyone's gonna have to outspeed and kill this team before.
Speed Lele.
Yeah. Or the Armor Rouge, I think that has it.
This is a team that I genuinely think the ground weakness hurts, bro. Yeah. People able to just click EQ on this team is devastating.
There's no immunity.
Yeah. Again, Togetic fixes a lot of the issues with team, but it is still a Togetic, right?
Yeah, but the problem, that's exactly the problem. If you're bringing in Togetic, which of the defensive core are you dropping between Melodic, Garganacl, and Amoonguss?
I can't really tell how Alex preps because I've seen Alex build his teams in battle, and he brings some of the worst picks ever, and somehow still scrapes out a 5-0 run every single. It doesn't matter how bad an Alex draft is, he still scrapes out to 5-0.
He wavers a lot.
Yeah, and there's gonna be less mons on the board this time around, but he always manages to scrape out to a 5-5.
Right.
So
because he wavers a lot.
Yeah, I understand, but with an actual decent core of mons, this is by far the best draft that he's had in the last 2 years.
Agreed.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm not contesting it. Yeah.
I do just think that I don't think the defensive core can get it to the point where it can win games. And I think a lot of times he might just get punched through.
That's the real concern. I also wish that this team had a valuable ghost type. I don't think it does, and I think that ghost type would help a lot of the concerns that I have with this team about other ghost types.
Mm-hmm. I have it at Alex's
I have it at 15.
16. All right,
15.
MVP is Armor Rouge, rank 12.
12. All right, same route. Who's next, Tyler?
Yeah.
It's the rain draft.
All right.
You guys can go ahead. I'll argue against you at the end.
This is a weird fucking rain team.
Yeah, man. I don't know, man. It's almost like Mega Swampert got taken in the third round. I don't know. I just think that
you can't tell me that Mega Swampert getting taken in the third makes this not a justified pick Mega Swampert earlier. That's the answer. Don't do this weird fucking Tyler shit. That's the risk he runs when he's I'm not going to pick OUA forever.
Yeah.
You know? He got punished.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I'm at with this team. You know? He's I'm going to clearly state that I am the rain team and then not pick any rain mons until very, very late. You can't tell me that he
was an uncontested rain draft.
Right. Yeah, but other than Mega Swampert, but you can't tell me that was him drafting poorly. That wasn't, this is a team that doesn't have a Mega Swampert.
I would say, after you see what everyone else has drafted, I would not be I don't think he should have There's no reason for him to expect Mega Swampert to go on to the Excalibur team.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
There's no reason to assume.
But if we're saying that Mega Swampert is such an important thing to the rain team,
I don't think it is.
Okay, then why are we arguing it's a bad rain team? No, your argument against it was like, oh, Mega Swampert was taken.
No,
that's not my argument. I said you guys can go ahead. That's never what I was saying.
That's not what he said.
I think Barraskewda is a fine replacement for Mega Swampert. Is it worse than Mega Swampert? Yes.
Yeah, a million times.
It's not that much worse. It really isn't.
I think it is.
I think when your Rain Mon has to run Aqua Jet so that it doesn't just instantly lose to other priority, that's where I'm like, ooh, yeah, I don't think Barraskewda is like a good replacement. Because Mega Swampert, like the fact that it's bulky means that it's really hard.
The fact that it's bulky is really good.
Yeah.
Like I'm not saying that. Like what Mega Swampert has over it is bulk and EQ and stab EQ, but access to close combat, access to priority in Aqua Jet, which can help it beat certain matchups, and then access to just raw CB.
My thing is, Aqua Jet
like,
doesn't help it beat any matchups that Mega Swampert doesn't already beat, and that's where I'm like, yeah, this is just a worse Mega Swampert. And the fact that it is a worse Mega Swampert, at that point, again, he went Inteleon in the rain draft, and I'm just like, why didn't we go Zapdos? Why didn't we go Mega Swampert?
Yeah.
Why didn't we go better tools?
Yeah.
Instead, we went Inteleon, Jolteon, and then, of course, Dragalge, because it's Dragalge and he can't play without my T-Spikes Volt Lip Turner. I need it.
So good! T-Spikes Lip Turner is so good!
We're moving it up next season. I'm not seeing this again.
Man, we keep doing this to Tyler. The mons aren't even good.
We didn't move Corviknight. We didn't move Volcanion. He can still do it.
I will say that this team is going to rely on Crawdaunt being a fucking all-star for it.
Kilowattrel as well, I think.
Yeah.
All-star.
I mean, I just think that if you went more traditional, if you prioritized more traditional rain, it would have been a better team.
Absolutely.
Like, the things he got for sacrificing the rain, I don't think were all that great. You know, like...
I don't agree with the Jolteon. Like, the Jolteon I don't agree with. I'm honestly fine with Inteleon. Like, Inteleon, if you want to run, like, a Tailwind set in it, or whatever. Like, I'm actually not even kidding. Like, the Sniper set, which is stupid, but in rain, like, those damage calcs, not in rain, are already crazy. In rain, I think it might legitimately kill every mon that exists.
I think taking Inteleon in the second round is the worst thing that I've seen in this entire draft, and...
When do you think Inteleon would have gone normally?
It doesn't matter. I would let Inteleon fall.
How dare you?
I would let Inteleon fall.
How dare you?
I know that Ben would have taken it in the second round.
Kingdra instead and do better?
Yes.
How dare you?
Yes.
I know that Inteleon would have gone by Ben in the second or third round, and I still think that that's way too early. This is a 5th round Mon that can only do James Bond, and then that's it. That's all. That's all.
Can you do that for me? Can you do that one?
No, I've already done it. But yeah, no, it's not good. It's not good on a rain team. This should be a Kingdra. Like, Kingdra's a UU. It's the same point total.
I know, but I genuinely think, so here's the thing, right? You have your two mons that are guaranteed. Like, one issue that a lot of teams have when it comes to rain is that they take those middle of the pack mons, like their BL mons and their UU mons, and they're like, this has to be my rain mon. And my issue with Kingdra on a lot of rain teams is that a lot of the times that you have the Kingdra in, I'd rather have my OUA in. Right? A lot of the times that I have the Kingdra in, I'd rather have the Mega Swampert in using those.
They're different mons.
I know, but I'm saying that you want your Mega Swampert or your Zapdos as like actual mons that do more in rain than your Ludicolo or your like Kingdra, which is why Kingdra on rain teams honestly sucks. And having a mon that
it's an anti-rain, no, you're not going to do the weather better. I'm going to do the weather better.
Yeah, but there's no one else doing the weather. The point, the point of Inteleon is that it's a good mon outside of rain.
You're not playing this team outside of rain.
Yes,
that's my
you
problem.
are. In every weather game, you will have turns when you're not in the weather.
I understand you will have turns when you're not in the weather. I'm saying that you're not playing this game this team without the rain because you invested too much capital into the rain.
I know you are. I'm saying every weather team will have turns that they don't have weather. They will have turns that once their weather settler dies, right? They're like, I only have 5 turns to use rain. Which of my 5 Swift Swim mons am I going to use, and then which ones are going to suck afterwards?
You don't need to invest your capital in the UU and RUs because that's where the Swift Swimmers are. You invest that in the OUBs and the BLs because that's where no rain mons exist. Like, that's where you go in the rain draft.
Except he went with fucking Artrelodon, which is an OUB! B.
Yes, so there's still a BL, and he went for Inteleon instead. Like, that's where the problem is.
BL?
Inteleon's a UU.
Is UU.
His BL is the Crawdont.
Yeah.
Which I don't think, like, Crawdont's good in rain, absolutely, but it's not the Mon that you want to.
I don't like Crawdont. My thing in this entire thing, I like Inteleon way more than I like Crawdont.
Agreed. I still like Kingdra more than both. I don't like Crawdont.
My thing is that if you have the Duraludon and you have the Barraskewda, you have your two Swifts, you have your two Rainmons, a Rain team should have one Rainmon, right? One Weather Stutter, and then 3 Mons that are good in it, and then 2 Mons that can close out the game afterwards.
I disagree. That's where we just fundamentally disagree about weather. That's all it is. That's all that's happening here is we just fundamentally disagree about how Rain should be played.
Yeah! The games that you won on Rain, you had 2 Mons that weren't Rain Mons.
Does that mean anything? I had Mega Caesar. That doesn't count. Mega Caesar is above and beyond all these other Mons.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
Thank you!
Mega Caesar is OUA. You're talking about a UU.
Yeah, because the prices have changed.
Right.
Oh my god, you're insane. You've genuinely lost the plot.
You played the plot that I'm writing right now.
We're talking about in the point reduction.
In the point reduction is even more important to have Mons that are
go
good in it.
for the OUB or the BL. What are we disagreeing with here?
I'm saying Crawdont isn't good on the team.
I agree with Crawdon's good on the team. Inteleon's not good on the team either.
Inteleon
Why are we
is
stuck
great
on
on the team because Inteleon is a Mon that can both utilize Rain and is great outside of Rain.
Inteleon's not great outside of Rain. It's okay outside of Rain.
Inteleon is great outside of Rain.
Inteleon is Snipe Shot Mon, and that is all it is, and that is all it can be, and it's great when you pair it with non-water types, because all it can do is Snipe Shot.
So Nando, Inteleon is great outside of Rain, yeah, but it's great outside of Rain when it's not on a Rain team.
Why? Because you're afraid that it's going to die to a T-Bolt or something?
No, just because, the Pokemon you're going to bring are naturally going to want to resist the water type attack against that Rain team.
Yes, but the point is that Snipe Shot is it reaches like Tickle always says of you can overload. It is possible to hard overload something, right?
That is why I actually like the Crawdont on the team.
Python, what's the Dark team again?
Oh, you're talking about
go
you
ahead.
can't resist enough Dark types?
Yep.
It's Darkrai, King Gambit. What's the last one?
It's the dragon.
Roaring Moon?
Roaring Moons.
Yeah.
And then what do? You Revival Blessing it.
There's no Revival Blessing on that team, but yeah, that would be funny. Again, it's just Inteleon's great when you have you're not in Rain and you have Mons that support it, by not being water types, right? That's when it's great, is when it's the sole water type on your team. When it's surrounded by better water types, it's not good. My thing is that the better water types are physical attackers. You have Barraskewda and Crawdont. This is on your special side. Don't ever anyone say shit about Pelipper clicking water type moves. No, weather ball. Yeah. But I genuinely think that this team, if you might, again, in this type of season where a lot of the teams are weaker, guess what? Having Archerelodon, Pelipper, Crawdont, Barraskewda, Kilowattrel on a team is enough to win a lot of games. And Fortress is just cracked, and I love Fortress. He's never bringing Fortress because he's going to bring Drugalgi. True. He drops the Crawdont for Fortress. He's never going to do that. I think he will. I think it'll be multiple times that he won't bring Crawdont and will be Fortress or Galgi is actually kind of a yoked defensive core. I'm just gonna say it, man. I saw this man play a Weather last season, and he dropped his Weather at the end of the season because he couldn't figure out how it worked. Because he had Mega Garchomp. Doesn't matter. The point still stands.
Sand Force. It's good.
The point still stands.
It's good.
You know what's better? Swift Swim.
Okay, yeah, crazy, yeah. Maybe the Sand Rush is better than
this team will cheese out wins because people have not seen Archaludon in Rain, so they have no idea what it does, and then that's it.
Yeah.
Once it gets to that 2-0,
I don't know, man. I'm literally it's literally just Barraskewda, Kilowattrel, Pelipper, Archerelodon, 2 defensive Mons on that team. That is crazy, dude. That is fucking wild.
But once it gets to that 2-0 range and everyone realizes, hey, wait a second. This is just a Rain team. I can beat a Rain team. Everyone can beat a Rain team.
I literally can't beat Archerelodon. That's the whole problem with Archerelodon.
Yeah, actually, I'm stressing about. If there's one Mon I'm stressing about against this team when I go up against it, it's gonna be Archerelodon.
Guess what? You're gonna click Volt Switch or U-turn. You're gonna click Volt Switch on the Pelipper. the fucking Archelodon is gonna switch in, get that stamina boost, and you're gonna be like, shit!
Yeah.
I'd be much more
Fuck, you're gonna be, god damn it!
I'd be much more stressed about Archelodon if it had a Seismitoad, a Mega Swampert, some kind of strong ground type, you know?
I actually
that
just
doesn't
think
exist in this team.
I just like,
Yeah,
he
that's-
has to pick Mega Swampert second.
He can literally
convinced of
drop some random mon for a Seismitoad, and it will work.
What's he gonna drop? Pinsir? He can't afford it.
What's the cost of Seismitoad?
Are you? It's genuinely.
Guess what? I look at Jolteon, I shoot Jolteon in the face.
I
I
agree.
should Inteleon in the face.
You take Jolteon out back, you
Yeah.
say goodbye, old
Why
Yeller.
the fuck did he fucking pick that third?
That one I truly have no fucking idea.
Alright, we need to move on.
No, we don't. So, what's the point of Jolteon?
We're only at hour 42 in.
Yeah, we have an hour and 40 minutes to spend on this.
Okay.
So here's the thing about Jolteon, right?
Wait,
what is
we're
it supposed
spending an hour 40 on this?
Yes, a lot.
yeah, and then 5 minutes on the rest.
Got it.
Yeah. So, like, what's the point of Jolteon? Is Jolteon meant to be your speed control?
Jolteon is, I looked up what's the fastest Thundermon. That's all this is. I looked up what's the fastest water
My
type.
brother
That's all it is.
my
That's
brother
all
in
this- That's all
Christ.
this team is, and that's why it fucking sucks.
My brother in
Hey,
Christ.
Tyler, I have a personal message to you right now in the middle of this. I'm proud of you that you drafted different Pokemon. It was an incredible jump in your growth. You are an incredible human.
It's not even that different.
Go back to...
Here's my thing. Right?
It's not that different. You know why? Because, I picked up a steel type that can remove hazards and can slow pivot out.
Tyler,
It's Corviknight again. Welcome back, Corviknight.
Tyler, they're different Pokemon.
My
Tyler,
thing is
it's
that,
a
like,
different name.
my thing is that you go all the way down, right? Like you reach, you look at this dog shit Jolteon at pick 3, right? You know what's a mon? That's Jolteon but better.
Kilowattrel?
I mean,
And he picked that last.
Yeah.
He picked that last, and it's just like, oh my god, like, what are you doing?
I also think in the rain draft, Raikou is actually really good because it has Weather Ball. Like, that's the only situation where Raikou is really good.
Yeah, but like Kilowattrel, it's literally just.
No, Kilowattrel's still the best mon that he could have gotten, and I'm pissed that he stole it from me.
I click Thunder, I click Hurricane, I click Weather Ball. Hey,
Which team did he steal it from? Just curious.
Me.
Oh, he stole it from you.
Me.
Wait a second.
You.
Yes.
It's just a Zapdos. And guess what? Zapdos is OUA.
I have this team at 17.
Oh yeah, so I've been shitting on this team a lot. I have it at 12th. It's better than my team for sure.
That's fucking wild.
This mon
It's right smack dab in the middle
This
because
team
it can
is-
be fixed.
This team is 7, and it can get better.
Yeah, no, it
like
can
it's,
get
it's literally you take Jolteon, you old Yeller it, you go Seismitoad.
Yeah, it can get better. I agree. It can get
Seismitoad
better.
instantly makes the team way better. You drop Crawdon for any mon that doesn't have to fucking function in like for anything. You drop Crawdon. Crawdon's just not a good mon.
You know, realistically, this is where it should be 13, and Brendan's team should be here. Can I just say that right now?
Nope.
Can I
Sorry,
zip top?
You've already
Can I
glazed.
zip top?
You've already glazed
Can I
on.
zip top?
All right,
Can I zip top, please?
You've done too much.
Can I
also
This
say
team is 13.
This team sucks against rocks. Stealth
Yeah.
rocks. Fuck this team.
Yeah, it does. You just bring Stealth Rocks and you spam knockoff, but I mean, like, as you're doing that, you're gonna get pounded by rain. So, like,
you're also
good
gonna
luck.
get pounded by young Mudsdale, Archelodon Stamina. I get more defense.
It's literally no, it's not only that. It's also he's going to be clicking Electroshock, so
Yeah.
it's just going to get stronger.
And it's a pain in the ass. Archelodon is the linchpin of this team.
100%.
Why is it OUA?
I want a rain team to have a chance. Because I think if Archelodon is OUA, a rain team literally isn't possible to be built.
Can I be honest with you? Why don't we just move Barraskewda down then? Or Zapdos down? Tornadus T down? Like we have options.
Oh, maybe. 20 maybe.
We'll come back to this in a year.
20 maybe.
I think that Archelodon is just better than Barraskewda on this rain team.
Yeah, I mean 100%.
Yeah,
But they
absolutely.
do different things.
Yeah.
No, I know, but like,
In general.
it's better than Barraskewda.
Yes.
On
Like,
this
even-
rain team.
on this rain team. And if you picked Archelodon without rain, I wouldn't be mad.
No, it's very good.
So why don't we move it up?
Huh?
Because if you're picking Barraskewda and you're not putting on a rain
new.
team,
Cal, we'll get there. We'll
Calvin.
get there in a year.
Kelvin, it's new. Sorry, do you want to side with me and Python on the I want to see new things, or do you want to side with Bobby on the new things should be banned permanently?
We'll start with Bobby on the we don't hear new
you want to
things.
side with Bobby?
this is an anecdotal fucking argument,
no, it's
and
not.
I'm siding with you on the I want to see
All right,
new
clap.
things.
Let's go.
No, that's staying in. Mike Burke.
Mike Burke.
I really struggled to put this team anywhere, can I be honest with you?
Yeah, it's fucking smack dab in the middle for me.
I think that this team has a lot of issues. I think that it's also like way better than like that bottom 8. Because like, I mean, yeah, obviously it doesn't have hazard control at all. Like, your hazard control is Avalugg, Sandslash. If you have to bring Avalugg and Sandslash to a week, you've lost the plot.
Why does this team have Ting Lu?
I don't hate Ting Lu at all. Ground type, dark type, hazards. I like it.
It's the Trump pair.
I don't know why this team has fucking Goodra. That's my thing.
Yeah, I think Mike just thought it's good.
It's roll compression, and that's the same thing with Ting Lu. It's roll compression. I didn't think Goodra was good on this team.
I have a bunch of problems with this team.
Go ahead.
There's not enough things that break steel types. There's no need for webs on this team. And I think that the ground weakness is going to be an issue.
You have Ting Lu to
There is webs on this team with Masquerain.
You said that there's
no,
no
I
reason
don't
to have
need
webs.
no reason.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's nice for Ogerpon and Infernape, but...
Ting Lu has 110 attack?
Yeah, Ting Lu's not bad. Throat chop.
Big Ting.
Big Ben Ting.
And the reason Mike picked the Goodra is because he wanted a special wall with the Petrarch. That's literally all he was thinking.
I'm sure.
There was no other thought for Mike other than, I need special wall.
Yeah, but problem is that Goodra is a steel type.
Yeah.
Which means that you die to Earth Power.
He should have done regular Goodra, to be honest. I think that regular Goodra is much better
I agree.
than doing Goodra with
Regular
Petrarch.
Goodra is good with it. My thing is that, like, I think he's gonna try and use an Amorous T as like a late game sweeper on the Calm Mind thing. When I am so ass toys lead like pilled right now.
Yeah.
Like
I think the sleeper item for the setup set is Big Root.
For the Draining Kiss
Yeah.
buff?
for the Draining Kiss buff.
I think you still need heavy duty boosts. Like, you need to be full health to set up. That's the problem.
Yeah.
And like, this team doesn't have good hazard control. That's the real problem.
I mean, okay, I don't know why he didn't. I don't know why he didn't pick Iron Treads. Like
in the second round, back around. Yeah, I agree.
Like either both Enamorouses want the Iron Treads, but the Enamorous T should always be paired with the Iron Treads because it's picked later.
Or alternatively, you go the Excadrill route, and then you can kind of pivot into a semi-sand team with a
It has Overcoat too. Like it's not actually a bad model in sand. Yeah.
And I think like that was the route that you should have gone. I'm kind of surprised that he didn't. Can I just say though, Ogerpon Cornerstone is the Ass Toys lead that you're looking for because it's sturdy. So it just stands there and it clicks Grass and Rock Stab, and it's really hard to actually switch into those moves.
Yeah, fair, but it is like I think he can actually just do that with the Enamorous. I think if you lead Enamorous,
both, that's the fucking
exactly.
annoying thing. Like, it's like the Zora Kisui Arcanine problem, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yeah, he just can't have hazards be up.
Yeah, like this team is so weak to hazards, and like if you have to bring Sandslash, you are really like losing out on power because Avalugg can't do it. Like, you could run the heavy duty boots, lug, and rapid spin, but like, you know, all it takes is one knockoff, and then alright, Avalugg is worthless. It lost 30, it lost boots, it's still gone.
Nando, if you want to lead Enamorous and just have it sit there until it dies, do you think there's maybe a ground type problem with this team? Because that's the only flying type on the team? And there's a bunch of ground weak Pokemon?
He has another flying type.
Masquerain.
Oh, you're right, he does. Fuck,
it's a Masquerain, though.
Yeah, but it is a Masquerain.
I mean, I think you also have Ting Lu that can tank a bunch of stuff too. Again, the team has the problem of
it's a fake ground weakness because Togedemaru exists. Like, that's all you have to think about, right?
When did you pick Togedemaru? Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah, like it is like a little bit of a fake ground weakness, but I do think that the team has the issue of like it can't have hazards up because the only mon on that team that can actually like self heal. I'm not counting Horn Leech on Ogerpon. Let me be very clear when
It's not bad. It's not bad. He gets 30 back.
Right, you run so like the thing is that like you have the Petra run click Parting Shot, right?
Yeah.
And then you go into the Ogerpon, you click SD, and then you have Trailblaze, Horn Leech, Ivy Cudgel.
Yeah.
Right? Like those are your movesets. And I think that should be enough to win a decent amount of games. But like
there's nothing that's beating the steel types. They just send in the steel type and then
it has superpower. It has low kick as well.
But like on this team on the whole, there's nothing to beat those steel types.
Infernape, Goodra.
Like
Ludra's not doing it.
Yeah, but like literally Infernape, right?
I mean, he has to bring
like
Sandslash to all these
literally
things,
like he's bringing Infernape every game, and I think
right,
Infernape does like a solid chunk. Like yeah, like I do think that this team can win games off of literally just you suicide lead with the Enamorous to do enough damage. You then chip with random bullshit. Petrarch clicks Parting Shot, and then you either Infernape click Nasty Plot so that way you can like mock or vacuum wave through teams
or SD
yeah. And then you have the Ogerpon that can do the like because if Ogerpon switches in on chip. You're clicking SD and then you get to Horn Leech back to full. Right?
Or alternatively, the one mon we haven't mentioned yet, Feraligatr can go for DD, SD, situation.
For Alligator at the end, I think that this team is in a weird spot because games with this team, it's not hyper offense, but I don't think that games can afford to go past, like, turn 12. Like, this team has no long-term survivability other than its setup mons.
Sure.
Turn 12 is way too, like, turn 30. Like, turn 30, this team's dead in the water.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd say, like, 20, even.
25.
Yeah. Like,
That's where I'm giving it, yeah.
but, like, that's what I mean. Like, it's survivability. Like, this team's survivability comes from its setup mons being set up.
Can I make one edit to this team that I think makes it way better, though? For Alligator, for Gyarados, regular.
Yeah, sure.
I think that literally fixes every issue this team has. Yeah.
I just don't. Okay. I wanted to build the Petron, right? And I wanted to put all especially bulky mods on it. This team is very physically defensive. Just bring special things.
Can do both, can't it?
What?
Enamorous?
Yeah,
Enamorous is going to be AV every single week, guys.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to be either AV or Calm Mind.
Yeah, anyways, rank this team.
I have a 15. I complained a lot about it, but I think that the game plan is clear.
11.
13. Alright, we're starting to get into dangerous territory here. Aryan, I think that this team is not very good.
Yeah, it has no special attacker other than PZ.
Blatantly say, yeah, no special attacking presence whatsoever.
Electroid Hisui?
Ooh! Mega Caesar needs special attackers around it. Azumarill needs special attackers around it. You can run a special Mence, but it's not good.
Mence needs special attackers around it.
Delay needs special attackers around it. Like, everything on this team needed help.
It also seems like this team is like the perfect team for screens.
Is there no screens, really? Electrode has screens.
Oh, okay. Okay.
You know what? Electrode.
You know what? Sure.
You have to run Electrode, that's the problem.
Sure. You do have to run Electrode, though.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think that this team has just a lot of wasted picks, unfortunately.
Like, Brute Bonnet makes no sense.
Brute Bonnet does make no sense.
What do you mean it beats Ozette?
Yeah.
Single tier.
Mega Caesar's gonna cheese out wins at the end of the day, but, like, it's just not... It's not a viable strategy in the long term.
Incineroar is really great on the team.
Incineroar is really great. Clodsire is actually really good with Mega Caesar, I think.
Yeah, I think that those two are really good with Mega Caesar, yeah. Other than that, I mean, I actually do like Mega Caesar, Azumarill, Salamence. I like those.
I don't. Sorry.
I like those together. That's me. I like them.
I like their weaknesses together.
Yeah.
You know what would be way better than Azumarill? A Tapu Fini.
Very true.
Yeah.
Very true.
Yeah.
Very true.
And that's probably still doable if you drop the Brute Bonnet for like a RU. You can drop the Azumarill for a Tapu Fini and fix this team a lot. That would help a lot.
Yeah, I actually know. Hey, that's what you should do. Rank 16.
God, I want fun.
Get some better Haj control as well. What is it? Just a Salamence Defog and...
Oh shit, do you think I can offer
that's
a trade to get that Incineroar? I'll give him Chandelure.
Please don't. It's gonna make his team so much worse.
Yeah, wait, why would you? Why?
He needs a special attacker.
Oh!
He needs a special attacker. Big special attack. Big special attack.
Got it. Don't do that, Arian.
He wants Parting Shot. That's all he wants. Don't give it to him. No. Don't give the big bad man what he wants.
I want U-turn.
Okay. As much as... Oh, wait. Rank this team. I ranked it... what did I rank it? 16.
22nd.
It should be lower.
24.
Wow, worst team, really?
I actually think the next team is worse.
No,
absolutely
I literally
not.
Just like I like the first three mons. I like the stock. Don't get me wrong. I was upstairs and I was talking with Python.
Yeah,
I was talking with Python about it a lot more. And don't get me wrong, this team has hella issues. Like, hella.
A lot.
Hella issues. But Celesteela Garchomp Rotom Wash is pretty good. Now, don't get me wrong. Is there an M in front of that Garchomp that makes it worse? Yes. But...
yeah. You see that big item up there?
But I genuinely think you don't Mega it for a lot of the time.
I think use
that rough skin, baby.
The fact that we are sitting here like...
You drafted Garchomp without an item for 40 less points!
I think the fact that we are sitting here like, oh yeah, it's Garchomp without an item. Like, what are we doing here? Like, again, what are we doing here, man? You have to do that.
Garchomp without an item.
No.
For 40 less points, my son.
Garchomp got drafted.
The worst part about it is that he's right. Like, that's the worst part about it, is that he's absolutely correct. You can't afford to Mega because you need the speed tier. because his team is so slow. Heracross is great though at RU.
Heracross is awesome at RU.
Yeah. I think I'm really excited to see if that mon can.
I really wanted to draft it, and then I picked it fucking Annihilate, and I was like, well, can't draft Heracross anymore. That was like my number one thing.
Man, I actually have this team above a lot. Probably a bit too much, but
I have ranked 23.
You have him ranked 23?
Yeah, I fucking don't like this team.
There's no way, man.
You hate this team so badly that it's below all the other teams except for one. What's the one again?
Ethan?
What a shrug. What a shrug.
Well, yeah, no, I think this team's worse than Ethan's, but not by much. I have this at 21st.
19.
19? That's not bad. Yeah.
Okay, guys. We going to the
Blaze,
next one?
go ahead, Blaze.
Okay. This is the 13th best team on the board, man. It is such great individual Pokemon. When you look at these Pokemon one by one, they're all so great. Dragonite, Mamoswine, Breloom, Tyranitar, Swampert, Arcanine. All those are great Pokemon. They're all individually fantastic.
Yeah.
And that's all I have to say about that.
And then you put them in a team together and it's like,
Actually, though, I think the reason I put it so high was I really do like Breloom, Swampert, Arcanine, Frostlass. I think that works. I don't like Charizard. And I don't get the Dragonite Tyranitar thing. I'm curious to see how Brendan's going to do that.
let me just be entirely frank and say this is my 24th. This is 23rd. Sorry, Sean is a little worse. This is 23rd.
People hating on Sean out here.
It's just hodgepodge.
5 color.
I don't like hodgepodge. I don't like the 5 color.
5 color no mana base.
He has a 16 times weakness to rocks.
Is that real?
Dragonite and
Is that
T-Tar.
real? Wait, no, hold on. Is that real? That's fucking real. Wow. Okay.
Dragonite and T-Tar together is the worst
We're
two-mon
counting
pairing.
Zard here? What the fuck?
Yeah, that's true.
True. Okay. Yeah. So now it goes down to 8.
It's Dragonite and Mamo are the 2 weak to rocks. Arcanine. I'll count Arcanine.
Yeah.
You got 3 mons weak to rocks.
Anyways.
But 2 of them bring boots.
Continuing on from there, right? We have no hazard removal for those Mogs.
We have Charizard!
We have Charizard.
Charizard!
We have Dragonite
We have
for
Charizard.
Defog.
We have Dragonite! We're gonna be bringing Barrier, Roost, Defog, Dragonite.
This team has 0 momentum. It cannot maintain momentum on its own.
No,
the only
Breloom's
momentum
gonna
this
press
team has-
forward.
Swampert!
Swampert! Breloom!
Swampert is it. So
No,
Arcanine
has Teleport! Yeah, exactly. Teleport!
Arcanine does have teleport. Forgot about that.
Teleport.
Okay.
Intimidate, Wanting Sun, Teleport. Will-O-Wisp.
Okay.
Breloom's
No,
gonna press
thank you.
4. That's a
Fuck
momentum.
you.
That's basically
Fuck
momentum.
you.
That's not momentum.
basically momentum.
That's not
That's
momentum.
basically momentum.
This team's momentum is I stay in until I die.
Yeah, correct.
And
Yeah.
honestly, he has to lead Dragonite like Astoids. And just like choice banded moves.
No.
Because he can't stay with the T-Tar around.
Is he literally just gonna press Tri-Span E-Speed? Is that his plan? Like,
I
go around?
Here's my thing, right? This team, easy fixes, right?
What do you
take T-Tar.
You shoot it.
You drop it for Mega T-Tar.
No.
Get them 40 points, right? Get them 40 points, you got Mega T-Tar. Because here's the thing, right? I honestly think you lead T-Tar. You lead T-Tar, it breaks the sashes, you literally CB T-Tar Crunch.
Sure.
Or Stealth Rocks, right? You can like T-Tar comes in, it can Stealth Rocks, and then it just like, keeps going until it dies.
Sure.
Right? That way your Dragonite comes in at the end and sweeps.
Sure.
Gotcha.
And therefore,
it
never has to see the sand.
So that's the thing. T-Tar is useless because it was supposed to be drafted with Excadrill. This is just another man that Sean fucked 2 people in the ass tonight. Great job.
We watched it live on television.
Just 2? Because
it was so great.
Ben wanted Baxcalibur, so there's 3.
That is true.
Ben wanted Baxcalibur?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Jose didn't want Scoville, and he was safe.
Don't be wrong. Dragonite T-Tar in the first place already doesn't work. But, so, if your T-Tar is just going to be a suicide lead off the rip, right? Might as well just make it a Mega T-Tar.
Oh.
Mega T-Tar is just a better suicide lead off the rip.
You know what? It actually is. But is this making the team, like, dramatically better?
You see, with that,
But
you get to drop the Mamo for an OUA. And then
Which OUA are you getting?
Mega Charizard, obviously, for the Sun, for your regular Charizard.
We've lost the plot. We've lost the plot.
I broke you instantly. You got broken instantly. You couldn't even keep a second of a straight face.
We've lost
You suck.
the plot. The plot has been lost.
That was so funny. His face was so straight.
We've lost the fucking plot, man. I don't know, man. This should have been Tyranitar Exca or fucking Exca Drinklezolt. If you're gonna play the fucking sand, like, just play for Gigalith.
I love that he went, like, we have also asked Tickle, are you doing sand? Maybe. Well, he apparently kind of maybe is. He doesn't know if he is still.
He has no idea.
No joke. I actually do think you drop, like, if you want to keep this team, which is dog shit, you do drop T-Tar for Mega T-Tar, and then you drop Mamoswine for Cinderace. I think that's enough to make the team at least playable.
Why are we going in a Mega T-Tar? Just so we can have another T-Tar?
Yeah.
I don't think T-Tar's that good.
I don't think it's good at all.
Yeah.
So we can have him.
I think it's bad. Because here's the thing, it also actively makes the Arcanine a worse Pokemon because your Morning Sun doesn't heal as much. It's worse. Like, Sand is...
It's counter-synergizing with 3 or 4 Pokemon on the board.
Dog shit for him right now.
Like why aren't we going into Zeraora or something? Like, what's going on here? Thundurus. Something. Anything. Give him something to work with.
There's nothing on the board, bro! God damn!
Give him a Dugtrio!
Okay, but actually though... Like, you want to know the fucking answer, you drop T-Tar for Mega Diancie.
That works.
Yeah, you keep your Rock type, you get your Magic Bounce to help try and, like, deal with hazard stuff. It's a good, fast special attacker to pair with the D-Knight.
But the issue is that he can't do that because he's hard committed to the idea that this team is a Gen 4 and down team. So now it's...
he said initially Gen 5.
He said initially Gen 5, and then he never picked up Excadrill, so now it's a Gen 4 and down team. Yeah, no, it's fucked.
Mamo's Gen 4?
Gen 4.
Damn.
It's fucked. He's fucked himself because he did this fucking gimmick draft because he doesn't care.
No, but Ruby Sapphire, or Omega Ruby and
Alpha Sapphire.
And Alpha Sapphire are actually Gen 3 games where Mega Diancie is. I'm trying really hard.
That took you forever.
The team sucks ass.
Yeah, what do you have? 24 or 23?
Best team on the board, guys.
13,
20.
Yeah. 20?
It was just the last one.
Wait. Go back over 27.
Sean, Ethan, Steven, Arian underneath him.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, no.
Again, the bottom 7 or 8 are the same dog shit.
So mean.
It's true. Look, man, you said that the rookies drafted better. They didn't. It's ass.
Some of them drafted better. I was surprised about Devin, okay? I was surprised with Tommy, too, okay?
Fair. What about the rest of them?
I will say, you drafted for one of the rookies, and that draft did not go well.
No. That went exactly how he wanted it to.
Yeah.
Until I picked Entei and messed a few things up. But we're gonna waiver for Entei, and it'll be okay.
No, you see, you gotta understand. You can't waiver for Entei early, because Bobby has to fix his team, and you can't let him drop Pocket or Heat for Entei. You can't allow that. Oh. So you should offer the trade instead.
Yeah,
Trade for what?
For Arcanine Heat.
You think I'm putting Arcanine Heat on this?
No, God, no, please no. Alright. It's funny though.
We're done here. Thanks for joining us, everyone.
Yeah. Thank you for watching. This has been the Wheel Pick, the first overall pick for Draft League content and the official podcast of the Midwest Pokemon League. Goodbye.